You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
Friggin' Wednesday. Just when you thought you might catch a break, effing Wednesday comes along. All you can do is suck it up. Try and be an adult about it. Welcome to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. There's a good crowd out there, Cubby.
So far, so good, I've noticed. Thanks for the text already. That's a fun way to start the day, ain't it?
Did you get a nice text message or two?
Got an update from something we discussed yesterday. Pancakes by the Lake Jesus mentioned that he's trying to quit smoking. Yesterday was day 2. We said Godspeed. Well, Nick tried to talk him back into starting smoking.
He offered to buy him a pack.
Yeah, I think that's true. He offered to go ahead and just pay for those things.
It's day 3.
Day 3, which Ashley said was the toughest day in her experience.
Yep.
And so far, he's made it. So we're hoping he can keep that thing going. I told him if he can stop, if my parents can stop, he can stop. My parents, it sounds like maybe the same as yours, Nick, would wake up. The first thing they do is have a cigarette, and then they light cigarettes to other cigarettes until they went to bed.
Right.
And they both were able to quit. So I think if they can quit, you definitely can. Pancakes by the Lake Jesus.
Hey, man.
Plus, you were telling me how much just a can of chew is nowadays. He's going to be rich if he gives this up.
Oh, yeah.
It is. It's crazy now, the cost. You know, a good friend of mine recently quit chewing just simply because of the cost. But also, you know, there's a level of willpower there that you have to have. I'm impressed by all that. I hope that Pancakes by the Lake Jesus takes up smoking again by the end of the week. I do.
I sure hope not.
It's cool. It's everything that you were told when you were kids. It's cool. It makes you look more mature. Anyway, I wonder if is he a drinking man? Maybe he can get back to you. Is he a drinking man? And you guys all know that smoking and drinking or chewing and drinking goes hand in hand. I wonder if he's tried drinking without cigarettes yet. I bet that's when the true test will be laid upon him.
That's a good point.
Definitely.
I've never had a sober cigarette.
Right. So maybe get back to us, Pancakes by the stinking lake.
Was that part tough, Ashley?
She hasn't quit smoking yet.
Well, she did for a little bit there.
We covered this yesterday.
Yeah, she quit for 9 months.
She quit for 9 months.
I mean, I was pregnant, so I couldn't drink anyway. But because obviously I didn't go right back to smoking as soon as I popped the baby out. It took a while, but
Had one in the emergency room or in the delivery room.
they frown upon that. What I found to be the most difficult is because whenever I would play pool, I would drink and smoke my e-cig while playing pool, and that was really hard.
Yeah,
to do that without like having that. It's just like something I always did.
Rituals.
Yeah,
They're
and that,
rituals.
I've heard that's one of the tough parts.
Oh, that was really difficult.
Yeah, it's going to be a bitch for you, son.
People are saying try Shantix.
I've heard it said out loud.
Is that the one that gives you the wild dreams?
I think so, yes.
I know my sister-in-law did that to quit, and it worked for her, by the way.
Your sister was a cigarette smoker?
Sister-in-law.
I'm sorry.
And she was talking, and her husband did as well. They both quit at the same time.
Your sister has a husband?
No, see, my sister-in-law. But yes, my sister does. They both have husbands. No, I take that back. My sister-in-law no longer has a husband. I forgot some current events. But she and her now ex-husband, they tried that, and they were telling me, like, the dreams were absolutely insane.
I've heard awesome reviews.
And they're major drug users, or they were. But yeah.
Drugs, too?
That apparently the drugs, like whatever and they were on the hard stuff, that apparently did nothing compared to this chewing gum or pills or whatever it is.
I've heard nothing but great reviews on the dreams you can achieve from being on some of these anti-smoking pills.
I've always kind of wanted to take it just because I've wanted to see the dreams.
Have one of those just blood-soaked, violent dreams.
Yeah.
It does sound kind of fun to me too. It does.
Uncle Bitch Jesus said he quit chewing a while ago. He's saving so much money that his weed budget has doubled.
Nice.
There are those apps. I have a buddy who's about 3 years clean on cigarettes, and he has a daily app where he goes in, you have confirmed, another day gone, haven't had a cigarette, and it keeps track of the money you've saved by not smoking. You put in how much you'd spend a week or whatever, or a month, and it keeps track, and there's the hundreds and, a couple thousands of dollars he saved by not buying them.
We've done the arithmetic before. We have for my chewing habit. We've done the arithmetic on how much I could have at the end of any given year, how much I could have setting there if I didn't chew. I think we did this arithmetic for my parents when they were both still alive, and it's a lot. It's shocking.
We got an update. Pancakes by the Lake Jesus. He said he quit drinking 12 years ago. We were wondering, okay, do you drink? I wonder if that's tough.
Jesus, this guy sounds like a lot of fun.
And he said he thought that was difficult, but in comparison, that was a walk in the park. Trying to quit smoking is much worse.
Well, get her done. Get her done. I'm on your side. Sort of.
Yeah, sounds like you kind of weren't.
Yeah.
You're going back and forth on this one.
You're on Big Tobacco's side.
Yeah. I work for Big Tobacco over here.
School teacher Shiza said she tried Chantix. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say whatever that is.
I think it's Chantix.
It is Chantix?
That's what I remember hearing.
It worked. She quit, but it effed her up. She was irritable, psychotic, literally crazy, but hey, I quit smoking.
That's fun.
That's crazy.
Fun. All right. Well, yeah, a lot of you are texting in on smoking, chewing. It was easy. It was hard. This, that. Sucks being a junkie. You know what I mean?
I think the only thing you can do is quit cold turkey.
On what? Anything?
Anything. If you just kind of, for some things you can't quit cold turkey, or else you can have some adverse side effects there. That's not gonna do you any good. But I think that's the only way that you can do it. If you try to taper off, it's just you're playing with fire.
Well, I think there are multiple ways to do it. I could never go cold turkey. I've started to sprinkle in some of the fake chew, the nicotine pouches. I'm still in the process.
You should get some of that beef jerky chew. Did you ever get into that as a kid?
What am I, a third grader?
Well, no, you're not a third grader.
I hated that stuff.
I
Really?
love that stuff.
I liked it too.
I mean, it tastes good for 2 minutes, but there's no way that would ever. Josh, I've explored that avenue, and after a while, that stuff just tastes like ass.
I suppose your breath's going to be
it
for a
is
little while.
Oh yeah.
so bad.
Gross.
No way that could ever replace.
When I was a kid, I loved that. Big League Chew. That's another one where the flavor lasts. By the time you get it all settled in there, flavor gone.
Gone.
Flavor gone. All right. Good luck, all of you addicts. Man, Cubby, I finally had a chance to breathe last night. No baseball, no effing stupid NFL football, no hockey. You know that I love sports on television. It's pretty much all I ever choose to watch at night. Can we turn the music down? I feel like I'm shouting my balls off over here. Pretty much all I ever choose to watch at night is sports. But it was nice just to finger bang the remote last night without a care in the world. No baseball, the cover, no hockey, no football. I watched a horror movie that we recently discussed, The Cabin in the Woods. It sucked!
Cabinet. That's an old one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it's 10, 12, 8, 9, 11.
Yeah, I think it came in like 2010 or 11.
Cabin in the Woods. Sucked!
I can't even recall.
It's
What
very
happens
bizarre
in it?
by the end of that movie.
Oh, is that the one you were talking about?
All of a sudden,
Dana?
there's dinosaurs
Okay.
involved.
Oh,
There's dinosaurs?
Yes.
There's everything, Cubby. Don't bother.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the genre, especially the weird ones. I do like Chris Hemsworth. I see he's in there.
Cabin in the Woods sucked.
Bradley Whitford, he's okay.
From now on, I think anytime anyone says cabin or woods, my natural reaction is just to yell out, sucked.
Tiger Woods.
Sucked. I just wanted to lay that out on you, that I had a night to myself. I decided to watch a movie, and it sucked.
Well, you call the song by Warrant Old Log Cabin.
What about what?
You call that song by Warrant Uncle Tom's Cabin. You call it Old Log Cabin. You can't say suck to that.
Well, I have to. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Many years ago, when that song was hot, Uncle Tom's Cabin by Warrant, and the video was on MTV every 20 minutes. We were a group of dudes sitting around watching MTV, and Uncle Tom's Cabin comes on, and one of my more stoned buddies says this out loud. Oh, dude, Old Log Cabin. No, it's Uncle Tom's Cabin, actually. But this year, check this out. On the topic of horror movies, this sounds like the beginnings of a horror movie. Grown folks are hiring magicians for their grown folks' birthday parties.
All right, that's sweet. I love magicians.
I've definitely been entertained. We've been lucky enough to have some really good ones come in studio, and remember, Nick, we did some of those dinners. We should bring those back, where we'd go to dinner with listeners and they'd have entertainment, and there was a couple of mentalists and magicians.
Oh, see, I only remember the mentalists. I don't remember a straight-up magician. Mentalist, hypnotist.
Yep, that was very good.
But I don't remember the magician.
I don't like hypnotists. They freak me out. What are they doing?
We're not sure, but I'm
very skeptical, but there's two that I know for sure have it.
Josh and I became, I don't think we should call ourselves full-on believers, but I'll just say we've seen some things. And like Josh said, there were at least two where we could not explain what we were seeing.
No.
I didn't believe it until it happened to me.
You are totally the type. From our experience watching these mentalists and what's the other term again? I just said it.
Hypnotists?
From watching these mentalists and hypnotists in the past, Ashley, you are the friggin' type.
It happened to me at a Renaissance festival in Wisconsin. And I thought, all right, this isn't going to happen. But you kind of have to relax and believe that it's going to happen, they said, or else they won't be able to, mess with your mind. And it was me and a bunch of people up on stage. And I was like, all right, let's see if this is actually legit. And it scared me because it was like I was, trapped in my own body, but I had no control over my body. I eventually got myself out of it, I guess, because he was still going with everyone else on stage, and then, once you woke up, he'd dismiss you off the stage. And after that, I just didn't feel right.
Well, see, you were at a Renaissance festival in Wisconsin. That wasn't a hypnotist. That was roofies.
Yeah. The one that stands out the most, well, there's a couple. One involved me, and another involved at this restaurant I was talking about. There was an employee who worked at the restaurant, and he was like the coolest dude I'd met in a long time. Right? Kind of a tough guy, cool dude. The stuff he had him do, there's no way I can imagine in the 5 minutes I'd met him doing. Not to mention, I don't think anybody's that good of an actor where they could pretend that they were under somebody's spell.
Right. You're referring to that on-air episode we had, right?
Well, no, this was the same guy, but at the restaurant.
I wasn't.
Remember, you were there. Remember, he had this dude, I'm not sure exactly what his job was. I think he was a cook. He was sat in some guy's lap, and he was pulling, fake lice out of his hair and doing all this kind of weird stuff.
Okay. You knew the guy ahead of time?
Just from talking to him at the restaurant. I'd met him before.
What convinced me that there's at least one or two hypnotists who are legitimate is when you and I, Josh, watched two of our coworkers who we worked with every single day be put under hypnosis and behave in a way that we know they are not capable of. There's no way
They couldn't have faked that.
They could have faked it. Neither one of them was terribly funny or creative in any way. But when they were put under hypnosis, my God, it was one of the greatest shows I'd ever seen in my life. That's what convinced me.
Me too.
Not when you see a group of strangers up there going, duh, under hypnosis, right? They're all supposedly asleep, and suddenly they're mimicking sex acts. I'm going to sit in the crowd and say, they worked this out ahead of time.
Totally agree.
In the example I'm talking about, 2 coworkers, worked with them every day, knew them very well. There's no way they were capable of doing what the hypnotist got them to do.
Well, and then the mentalist we had in, and I know there's tricks to this or whatever, but he had me name a place to go, meaning like on vacation, and a hotel room number, and there was one other thing I forgot. And then he pulled out of his shoe everything. He nailed it. And the hotel room number was a very personal number to me. It was the death of a loved one. And he got it. He got that. I said Hawaii was in my mind as a vacation destination. Probably what most people would say that, wouldn't you think? I'd imagine it's a very popular one.
Sure.
So that one I kind of threw away like, all right, that playing the odds, most people probably say that. But the hotel room number, for the life of me, I can't remember what the third was, but he nailed all 3. And again, he had it written on a piece of paper in his shoe. That was pretty impressive to me.
Really weird. By the way, Dustin has texted into the show. Our Luther Bloomington Kia text line is 651-989-9393, in case you don't already know. Dustin texted in to say, Cabin in the Woods sucked. Is that where Chris Hemsworth crashes a dirt bike into a force field? Yes. That's how it sounded. And he tries to jump a gorge on his dirt bike, and he's killed when he crashes into a force field. So the latest bit here is grown folks hiring magicians for a grown folks' birthday.
I've only, just once have I ever hired any entertainment, and that was my 30th birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
We had a couple of bands that we were friends with. They played. But has anyone here ever hired entertainment? Maybe
No.
a DJ? Did you have a DJ for your 40th, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you hired at least once.
Yeah, it was a dude that we used to work with.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, hired a DJ once or twice.
Is there anything else?
Probably more than once hired a DJ
Have you?
for this or that.
One time for a buddy's birthday, he's kind of a socially awkward guy, so we thought, well, let's hire a clown to come make balloon animals because that would be hilarious and make him uncomfortable. And it was hilarious for the first 4 or 5 minutes. All of a sudden this clown's here. He's, honking the horn. He's making balloon animals. And then we realized we've got this guy for an hour. This is going to be a really long hour, and it got really uncomfortable.
It's one thing, I think, to hire entertainment. Are we counting strippers?
Oh, yeah. I would think so.
Then
Yeah.
we've certainly hired strippers a few times, and I got a great story about that.
I haven't done that.
Pardon me?
I have not done that.
It's one thing to hire entertainment, like, say, for a bar party, right? A DJ, a magician, a clown. But to have these folks come into your private home, for whatever reason, that paints a whole different picture. And that's what we're talking about here is grown folks hiring a magician to come into their home. I don't generally like strangers in my home. So just me personally, that paints a different picture.
Even if it was a friend's home, I'd feel a little awkward. Like all of a sudden, the
If
clown
I was
or the magician, like I just go I'm a guest. Even then, I'd feel kind of weird.
Yeah, I'd feel weird. This is the thing, trends come and go, as you know. TikTok is exploding with videos of party magicians putting on great shows in front of adults. And I suppose, a magician's a little bit different than a clown.
Definitely. Yeah.
This whole time, I guess I've been kind of comparing a magician or putting a magician and a clown on the same level. They're not on the same level. Clowns are for kids, in my opinion. No offense to any clowns in the listening audience. And
I'd imagine there's clowns that are agreeing with you.
Yeah.
And they're...
I'm guessing if you are a professional clown, you're not worried about 35-year-olds calling you for a gig. You're worried about families. That's how you make a living. A magician, I can see that being a lot of fun, really. I just would never have them in my private home. That'd be too personal for me.
A clown using your toilet.
Yeah. Well, I was more talking about magicians. But,
okay, yeah.
I've seen a couple.
You know, like it's polite to take your shoes off, and I show up at Nick's house, and there's these big red clown shoes right by the door.
Josh says,
"What the hell's going on?"
It looks like you've got company. I've seen a couple of street magicians who were very entertaining. Lit cigarettes. Where the hell did it go? You know what I mean? Takes a lit cigarette right out of my buddy's mouth. Weepity deep. It's gone. And it was just kind of, the shell game, all kinds of stuff. I've seen some
That's cool.
street entertainers who have put on some awesome shows.
That's so impressive to me.
For the shell game, my wife will make you some money. She dominates at that.
Jesus.
I don't think I've ever seen her miss.
Really?
Yeah, she's really, really good.
I get really serious when they put it up at sporting events.
Oh, yeah,
This is my time to
her
shine.
too. Yeah.
Take her ass. Well, the ones at the ball game with the baseball under the helmet, for God's sake, anybody can figure that out.
We were in Vegas, and she was doing great.
Take her to New Orleans.
They do a lot of that there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I spent 2 hours on the sidewalk with some drug addict playing the shell game.
How'd you do?
I don't remember. I was very drunk, and this was 20 years ago. But a friend of mine had to pull me aside and say, look, you've had enough, and this guy is about to rob you.
They would get me so bad.
Oh, I had such a great time. I had a great time. It was so... All right. Here's your chance at some solid beer money through the 5K a day giveaway. First, punch in 95819 into your cellular telephone. Not our usual text number. I don't know how many times we got to say it, Josh. It's 95819.
Yeah, we want you to win.
Text a number. Text the national keyword dollar to 95819 right now. That's your chance to win. We'll text you back to confirm skis. Shady data and messaging rates may apply. If you text and drive, you might die in a car crash. Listen at 6, 10, noon, 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. for that 5K a day. Keyword.
Ashley, I didn't realize this. I know you're friends with Double D's. She's going to become an honest woman this weekend.
Yes, she
Finally,
is.
after all these years.
On Friday, happy wedding week. I am so excited to attend her wedding.
Are you going?
Yes,
Didn't
very
get an invite.
selfishly excited because it'll be our first night out together since having the baby. So
She said that they're having a cocktail hour, and they thought about hiring a magician just to have the magician mess with people that are attending the wedding.
oh, they should have done that. That would have been so cool.
Someone's getting married this weekend?
Double
Yeah.
D Jesus.
Effing.
It's happening.
What a poor decision that is.
She's having one of those like fancy weddings too. I love that kind of stuff.
Well,
Any
what
excuse
do you mean
to
fancy?
dress up. Well,
Like, where's it at? Or maybe you don't want to say. Like, what type of facility is it at?
when I looked it up, it looks like kind of like a ballroom type vibe.
So, like a place that a lot of weddings happen, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Real quick. To the person whose phone number ends with 4975, my mom is not a magician, and she's never made your D disappear. That is a rude way to start my morning. Shame on you.
God.
Shame on you.
Dang. No, we got one guy in our listening audience who is a scary clown. We were talking about clowns, home entertainment, magicians, the whole thing. Rochester Clown Jesus has sent me some pictures of the different characters that he portrays. Is this how you make your living? Rochester Clown Jesus, get back to me. He texted in with some of these pictures. Ashley, get a look at this. You're a grown person who's terrified of clowns. You're going to want to see the different characters this guy can make himself out to be. He says, I'm not a clown for kids, is his message. Tell me if you find that, Smashley.
All right, I'll try. There's a lot of text here. Wow, guys.
He's a 507er. That'll help you out.
All right.
Yeah, he's down there in Rochester. You see these, Cubby?
Yeah.
This guy can...
That's awesome.
This guy's got a real gimmick going on.
No kidding.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Well... Oh, I was going to tell you my in-home entertainment stripper story. This was from our days up at St. Cloud State.
Yeah.
You found the clown pictures?
Yeah.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He says he does it just for fun.
Just for fun.
That is even more alarming.
He's talented. I mean, he's really good at makeup. There's a couple of these. How the heck do you even do some of these? It's impressive. Like the big mouth ones. Impressive.
Why do you do that for fun? Do you just go around freaking people out, or what's up?
Well, I'm guessing he waits for this time of year, and he wanders around, and
dude, I just got the
makes
chills.
makes college girls jump out of their friggin' skin, is what I'm guessing. Nice work, bruh.
Yeah,
You
really
look good.
work.
You look good. You should be in a motion picture. So this is back in our St. Cloud State days. A lot of fights. A lot of guys going to jail. And so this was our plan one night was, okay, no one's going out tonight. We're going to get a couple of kegs of beer, just 20, 25 bros, and that's it. And we're going to hire a couple of strippers. Everyone's going to stay right here. No one's going to the bar. It'll keep us out of trouble. And we had a great time. We really did. Stripper shows up. She's putting on a dynamite show. She's going in and out of my brother's room for costume changes, outfit changes. So one for 2 or 3 songs, she's some kind of a leather dominatrix, and then she takes a 5-minute break. She comes back. She's a naughty nurse. She takes a 5-minute break. You get the routine. After the show was over, my brother goes into his bedroom, and he finds a pair of her panties she left behind. And, me and my brother and a few other guys in the group, we had seen plenty of stripper shows before, but we did have a few guys there that had never seen a stripper show, not even at a bar. So they were the ones who were really whipped up and really having a great time. So when my brother finds this pair of drawers, my brother walks out of his bedroom and goes, "Oh, she left a little souvenir for us boys." And one of the younger guys is like, "Yahoo! You! Panties!" Right? He's just an idiot. And he grabs them and he's parading them around the friggin' room. And this is like his trophy for the night. I got the stripper's panties. He goes home. He tacks them up to his dorm room wall. 2 days later, he comes back and he's, we're giving him hell. We're like, "Oh, you still got those panties hanging on the wall?" "Oh, yeah." He says, "No, not anymore." We said, "Well, what happened?" I guess he took a closer look at those drawers, and there was a bacon stripe in the back.
Oh.
It happens.
I've only been to one bachelor party, or really any party, where there was home strippers, right? They came to the place, and it was kind of a weird situation. It was a relative's coworker, and all of a sudden I get a phone call from my relative saying, "Dude, you got to help us out. We decided we want strippers." And I'm like, "How can I help you?"
You're the guy to call?
Yeah, and that's why I'm wondering, like, what kind of reputation do I have?
Are they looking for Nick's number?
I think, well, it's funny you say that. So it was by association, right? They're like, "Well, we know like where you work. There's got to be some connection, whatever." So I made a couple of phone calls to some of our more perverted coworkers. And one of them in particular is like, "Oh, I got you." And he's like, "You could call these people, but just so you know, it's this and this." He's describing all the different parts of the advantages and disadvantages. So I gave him a phone number, and they call him out. And then they're like, "Well, come on down. Why don't you come on down?" So I came to this thing, and the girls that showed up, it was a little rough and they were a little dangerous looking. So we had to make some other phone calls to bring out some more attractive ones. And they wanted me to be the ones to send them away. And I thought, no, I've done enough. There's no way I'm going to say, "Hey, thanks for the 15 minutes you've given us."
How in the hell did these guys want you to play Dalton from Roadhouse?
Exactly.
This entire evening.
Yeah, I have no idea how that happened.
They call the straightest lace sumbitch in town.
Hey, sorry, but you're not good enough or hot enough. Can you leave?
Yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah, we've had some keepers over the years. We have. Okay.
I didn't know they brought security.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these dudes were intimidating. They just kind of sat in the back with their arms crossed.
Well, I've had a few of those guys come in, and sure, I've had a couple of them were intimidating. Yes, the arms crossed.
It makes sense. I just never thought about it.
A couple times the security guys were the drunkest people in the room. And a couple times they fell asleep, so it's not always.
These guys were the angriest guys in the room, that's for sure.
Well, that's because they were dealing with the bad boy in Minneapolis over here.
I guess so.
You were the host of the party.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Right.
Ladies can come right over here.
We got to take a break. You're a terrific crowd. It's Wednesday. I know, Wednesday. It's never any fun on a Wednesday, but we'll do our best. We'll be back with the stupid news here in a couple of minutes.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to the bonus episode of the podcast on October 7th. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-assed Morning Show.
They want the stupid news, huh? If you listen closely, you can hear them chanting it in the background. They want the stupid news report. By God, we've got nothing better to do. This is nice, and absolutely not a sign of frightening mental health issues. Not at all. A gal faked the birth of her own child.
Sounds tough to do.
So she would get money and free stuff. No, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but a gal faked the birth of her own child for monies and gifts and attention. Long story, but I think you'll enjoy it. Says here this completely warped young gal named Kira. She carried out this scam for months. She tricked her family and she tricked her friends upside down with this fake baby routine. Kira, she's from England, I believe, so, naturally stupid from the get-go. Step one of the scam, Josh, step one was to start wearing a phony prosthetic baby bump around town.
Sure.
Now, I'm not sure what she told folks about who the baby daddy was. The story doesn't really touch on that. But check this out. That doesn't really matter. Check this out. She posted photos of ultrasound scans that didn't belong to her. And again, she's walking around town with a little extra heat, little beer belly, baby bump. She posted this and that online about hospital appointments. She even made up some complications for the upcoming baby. She claimed the baby had a heart defect that she was worried about. Posted all about that.
Poor baby.
Friends and relatives sent her money to help with hospital visits. They bought her baby clothes and car seats and breast pumps. They bought her nipple cream. And then the fake baby was born. Yay, everyone was so excited.
Oh, very joyous occasion.
And from what I understand, there were pictures of the baby and videos, but all the while, that was no actual baby that Kira was showing off. It was a doll! But nobody noticed.
Some of them look really very, very real. It's creepy.
Fake baby dolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like movie quality fake.
Nobody noticed. And they kept sending her money and gifts. Oh, my God. And then the fake baby died.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the baby died. Well, first, Kira's mama, so the grandmother of the fake baby, found the doll in Kira's bedroom and said, "What the F is this?" Can you imagine the horror that came over her mother when she realized that her own daughter had faked the birth of a child?
You'd institutionalize your kid, wouldn't you? I
Yeah.
mean, I'd certainly consider that, like, I can't help this person.
Right.
The fact that they went through all this and all the complications and twists and turns of this pregnancy.
Right. That's the moment where you learn that the normal daughter you thought you had is actually a dangerous maniac. And that's a lot for any parent to handle. So, after Mom found out that it was a fake baby, Kira went online to announce that the baby had died. So that was her out. Once she got backed into a corner, she thought, well, hell, I'll just announce that the baby is dead. Maybe nobody asks any further questions.
Yeah, everybody will move on. Nobody will have any questions about why an infant passed away.
And she set it up, but she set it up nicely, Ashley, with the birth defect gimmick, with the heart defect gimmick. So maybe it was all in her diabolical plan all along to kill the fake baby.
It must have been, because, you know, how long can you keep that going? People are going to want to meet the kid and stuff like that.
After this nightmare of the fake baby became a reality for her family and friends, looking back, some of them say there were signs that there was something shady going on. For example, they never heard the baby cry.
It's just a really good baby.
When they'd go visit the baby, it never cried. The other sign, Kira would not let anyone hold her baby. Can I hold the baby? No, she's being a little fussy.
That doesn't really surprise me
Hold the
much.
baby? No, you cannot hold the baby. What doesn't surprise you?
Not letting people hold the
Well,
baby.
no, if it's a fake baby.
I didn't want anybody to hold my baby for a while.
Oh, I thought you were saying if you had a fake baby, of course you're
Oh,
not
you
going
didn't?
Yeah, nah.
Well, I'm
It
trying
took
to
a
remember,
minute.
How old was he when you brought him here? Because you were handing him out.
He was probably about, at least 4 weeks. At
Okay,
least
yeah.
a month at that.
Yeah,
at
you
that
were just
point.
kind of tossing him around the room like hot potato.
Yeah, I was like, take him, please. No, in the beginning, I was very, don't touch him.
And also after the fact, Cubby, some of Kira's friends and family now have said they're not completely surprised by this bit. They say that Kira has been a, quote, serial liar her entire life.
One of those. I know
Yes.
a girl like that.
Man, Medical Device Jesus said someone he knew faked stage 4 breast cancer.
Oh.
Collected $30,000 before her family turned her in, and she spent almost 4 years in prison for her efforts.
Man.
That is low.
That is so
That
gross.
Really low.
Those are the lowest of the low, the sickest of the sick.
Wow, and I thought I was bad. A girl I grew up with, I think her grandparents died like 25 times.
So you knew a serial liar. Now, I certainly know a couple of folks. I would call them more compulsive liars. And what I mean by that, and I don't know if this is the actual definition of a compulsive liar, kind of like if you're having a conversation about hockey, they have to have the greatest hockey story of the conversation, kind of like a one-upper.
Yeah.
A serial liar is someone who paints grandiose pictures with their stories. So you're saying that was the type of gal you knew?
Yeah. The most annoying part is that, like, I saw it coming every time. It would be if she ever got into an argument with somebody or somebody was just irritated with her, she'd be like, well, I'm going through something right now.
Oh.
No, you're not.
Lots of drama.
Oh my gosh, like make up things about her parents, like awful things that you should never make up about your family members.
That
It was
sounds
just so bizarre.
Legit serial liar.
I have a buddy whose dad is kind of like that, and we don't know if he's going through like dementia or if it's just because he loves drama, and he's always kind of like throwing these stories out there where even my buddy's like, I don't know, I don't remember that. But there was a birthday party I was at where his dad's telling a story to somebody he hadn't met, another parent of somebody else. Like, yeah, it was really wild. When he was born, the doctors, they switched babies. And we had told the doctors, this isn't our kid. We recognize our kid's cry. And the doctors refused to believe us. And my buddy's like, Dad, I'm 40. No one's ever told this story before.
Right.
Why would this be coming out right now? And his dad was enraged that he would challenge him on it. But so we don't know, like, is he losing his mind or is he? I think what it was is he's good at telling stories. And people were really like, oh, my gosh, I can't believe this. And he realized I've got the crowd, and he went for it.
That sounds like a compulsive liar.
So I think that's probably more the case.
I don't think it's any dementia or anything.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
You can't. You have to stop.
So weird.
You have to stop. What's the word I'm looking for? Patty cake and babying people like this. It's good for them to be called out.
He called them out.
I've done that a few times, and it does. It makes them mad. I almost got in a fist fight in the middle of the night on the ice on Lake Mille Lacs one night with an older guy because I finally said, look, we're putting a lid on this. Because the guy just kept bombing us with these compulsive BS stories. And I finally said, enough! And suddenly I found myself 20 below zero standing on Lake Mille Lacs in the dead of winter getting ready to get in a fist fight with a 71-year-old man. Eventually someone got between us. But, there's storytellers, there's one-uppers, there's compulsive liars, and then I think there's serial liars. Maybe I'm missing something in there. They're all frustrating. The serial liars, I can't imagine knowing someone like what we just discussed from this lady, this young lady who faked a childbirth for months. She got money. She claimed the baby was in poor health, all this drama. I mean, that is mental institution stuff.
You mentioned that there was no talk in the story about who the baby daddy was or supposed baby daddy was, but imagine if she did string some guy along for those 9 months. What a roller coaster of emotions that would have been.
Somebody texted in and said that happened to a friend of theirs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the friend was the dad, or quote-unquote dad, and she faked a pregnancy.
Oh,
that's so dirty.
Yeah, I know a guy who was led to believe that the baby was his for, I don't know, a year?
Yeah, so the pregnancy was real, the baby was real, but the identity of the father was fake in that case? That's insane.
You know, the gal knew all along, I think, that my buddy wasn't the dad. But he was a reliable dude who made a nice living. There was some stability there. And then, I don't know, I can't remember the details as to how or why she finally told the poor bastard that the baby wasn't his. He was gone in 45 minutes.
I'd be out.
45 minutes. Everything he owned, they're living together. I was impressed by that. When he found out that baby wasn't his, it took him no more than 45 minutes to pack up everything he owned and move out of that house.
Like the wolf in Pulp Fiction, just very efficient. Just got it done.
Yeah.
Our new buddy, Red Butcher Jesus, said that he met a guy living at a friend's house who faked terminal brain cancer, and he also sold cocaine.
Come on, man.
He said the cocaine part wasn't fake. He did sell cocaine, but the brain cancer was completely a ruse. Yeah, I mean, that's somebody that's just desperate for connection with other people. They just really need that attention.
There's a deep, dark sickness in some people, Cubby.
It's especially concerning when the ones that'll just get enraged if you question, like, there's a couple of things about your story that are a little odd.
It's happened to me every time.
This up?
It's happened to me every time when I've called out these folks.
Don't you think that's a sign, too, that they're lying?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, with just the extra rage.
Yeah.
Getting defensive?
It's obvious. It's obvious, yeah. I've every time I've called them out, I've damn near gotten in a fist fight over it. All right. Technically speaking, a 30-year-old baby was born the other day in Ohio, the world's oldest baby.
It's a long time to cook in there.
So, no, a 6-foot-tall bearded man with a job and bills to pay didn't fall out of a lady. This is what they call here an embryo that had been frozen for more than 30 years. Cubby, help me understand. I'm just going to read out loud, but you have to help me because I don't know what I'm saying. The baby picked up the name of Thaddeus Daniel Pierce. He was born via adopted IVF this past July 26 to parents Lindsay and Tim Pierce, who are 35 years old. The fertilized embryo was first frozen in May of 1994. So the mom and dad were 4 and 5 years old when the embryo was frozen.
No.
Right?
No, this is an adopted embryo.
Okay, you go, because I told you I don't know what.
All right, so like what they do is they grab a Petri dish, they wipe it out with some Dawn dish soap, they take the jizz, and then they take the lady jizz, they introduce it together, right? And they're like, oh, look at this, we got an embryo, right? And then they freeze it.
Yeah.
And some people, you can, quote unquote, adopt an embryo, right?
Yeah.
So if you and I make a baby, fingers crossed, down the road, somebody else would adopt that embryo, but it's our stuff. Together.
What did I say that was wrong?
You said they were 4 or 5 or whatever.
The mom and dad.
Yeah.
The current mom and dad were 4 and 5 when the embryo was frozen.
Correct. Oh, I thought you were saying you thought it was theirs.
No.
And I was trying to explain that's not possible.
So this couple that adopted this embryo that turned into a baby, they said, we didn't go into this thinking we would break any records, although they did. This is the world's oldest baby. They just said, we just wanted to have a baby. So a 62-year-old gal by the name of Lydia Archard is the originator of the embryo. So here's how this works, from what I understand. Back in the early 90s, this Archard lady and her husband, they froze 4 embryos with the then new technology IVF. They struggled to conceive a child naturally, so they froze 4 embryos. They successfully transferred one of the embryos to Linda, who gave birth to a healthy baby girl 9 months later in 1994.
I'm surprised that it lasted that long, especially with how long ago that was, and how early into IVF that was.
Yeah.
I thought there was a lifespan on these types of things.
Women can get big money for donating their embryos.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that before.
Uh-huh.
The other 3 embryos remained cryogenically frozen like Austin Powers, and Mom maintained hope of expanding her family. But then this Archard lady and her husband, they divorced. She was never able to conceive another child. She kept paying an annual $1,000 fee to keep the embryos frozen. Then she smashes headlong into menopause, and she decided to donate her embryos. She opted for something called embryo adoption, which allows donors and adopters to meet. And along came this Lindsay and Tim couple. They adopt the embryo, and they have the baby. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's pretty cool because she's gone through life. She's older now. And so as somebody, to be somebody that wants to adopt that embryo, you get a good idea of what the kid's probably going to turn out to be like.
You do?
Yeah. You know what they're going to look like. You kind of, I don't know. That's pretty cool. Instead of, meeting somebody in their 20s or 30s and then you don't realize, but later in life they become a serial killer or something.
You know what rocked my world? Finding out that all of us we were born with our mothers, that women are born with all their eggs.
Yeah, that's super cool. I was born with the egg that made my son. My mom was born with the egg that made me, and that made my son. It's freaky when you think about it.
Because how old are you again? 26, 7.
Yep, 27.
27.
She'll be 28 in 9 days.
So, yeah, your son is, in a way, almost 28 and something years. He's older than you somehow.
Yeah. That's
I'm not,
so trippy.
Oh, wow. I'm not able to
He's not older than you, but that's a weird thing to think about.
I don't know what you mean. But
when your mom was born, you and your brother, and your sister, I guess, were all right there with her, born at the same time. Isn't that crazy?
I have no idea what you mean at all.
We'll have to bring in one of those FBI string boards.
Yeah. But that's a kick in the ass right there. A baby being born that was cryogenically frozen 30 years ago.
Dairy farming, sheet metal, banging your mom, Jesus, said at the U they have all sorts of old embryos, about 50 to 60 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
Listener wants to know if any of these babies get freezer burn.
I'd wonder that myself. That's what I think's so crazy, just that long ago the technology was that good.
Do you have to have sex with the test tube? I'm not the only one who's confused here as to how this stuff works. Fascinating stuff. What is this now? My damn, there was so much that I don't understand. I'm going to let her buck, though. Anyway, police in Santa Rosa, California, say they've discovered an elaborate and unusual theft ring involving Legos. The cops in town arrested a 39-year-old feller by the name of Robert Lopez. The cops upped and raided his house. A friggin' Lego raid?
I mean, there's big money in that.
Oh, big time.
What's the most expensive Lego set you have, Dana?
$300, which isn't too crazy. Like, the new Star Wars one that just came out goes for $1,000 retail.
Lord.
Okay, there's so much that I don't understand. I've never heard of that, a Lego raid. So the cops busted their way into this guy's house, and they found lots and lots of Legos and semen.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm kidding about the semen. They found tens of thousands of loose Lego pieces and Lego characters, unopened boxes of Legos. The cops called it a, quote, Lego crime scene. It was a horror show. This is somewhat creepy. The Lego characters were everywheres. Their heads had been removed from their bodies, and the heads were organized by facial expressions.
Yeah, I'm that anal. I could see doing that.
That's so creepy.
You know, you see movies where, cops, maybe they do a drug bust, there's a bunch of money, and they kind of skim some off the top. I think I'd be more tempted to skim some of those Lego sets if I was the cops that busted this place than I would the actual money.
You really like Legos that much?
I really do.
So you still might be wondering why this led to a full-on kick-the-door-in raid by the local police. It says here this Lopez dope is accused of directing others. He's some kind of a Lego kingpin criminal. He's accused of directing others to steal Lego sets from joints like Target and Walmart, so then he could jack up the price and resell the Legos online. Oh, my God, somebody stop this man before someone is killed.
It's wild how much those things cost.
It really is.
That was his gimmick.
The running joke about adults who like Legos, we always say, we should have developed a drug habit. It would have been a lot cheaper.
Now this dumbbell Lopez is going to have to possibly ready himself for 3 years in prison. And here you go. Word is some limited edition Lego sets can go for hundreds or even thousands of dollars on the secondary market. The cops say they found summers around $6,000 worth of Legos in the Lopez house alongside all the semen. So I guess that's one way to go about things, huh, Cubby?
I mean, I'm looking at, I Googled most expensive Lego sets. Some of these, I think the numbers must be inflated. They're kind of crazy, but here, a Death Star from Star Wars, $1,000 on the Lego website. There's it looks like this is the Titanic.
Yep.
$680. The Eiffel Tower, $630.
Mm-hmm.
You and I ought to do the Eiffel Tower.
Someday.
Be a good bonding moment for you two.
You see the Coliseum, Josh?
Yeah, that looks sweet.
1,700.
Is that okay? Was that real? I was wondering if that. I'm meaning the price. Is
Yeah,
that
I'm on the Walmart website right now.
$1,700.
Well, what happens is after a year or two, they retire sets, so they stop making more of them. So then once they're retired, that's when you really get the big bucks for them on
Seems
the
like
resale.
a scam.
A Ferrari for $450, Lego to be specific.
I'll be damned.
I always wanted to get into those big elaborate Lego sets. They seemed really fun because I've only ever gotten the ones that take me one day to complete. And I'm like, all right, well, that was cool. Now what? But I can't justify spending that much. That's insane.
Never got into it. Here we go again. I don't understand how you become this person, but there are so many ways to be a derelict scumbag. There are ways that I'm unfamiliar with. The cops in a place called Westchester County, New York, are looking for 3 ball bags who broke into an amusement park and stole hundreds of stuffed animals. I mean, for what? Are they going to bang them?
Probably.
It's got to be a bit, right?
This happened last month at what they call Playland Park. The joint is right on the beach. It says here the 3 buttlords pulled up to the joint in a stupid little boat, just before midnight. They hopped a fence. They cut a bunch of cables in the control room. I'm guessing they were attempting to cut the security cameras or alarms or something. The dorks crammed 200 stuffed animals into garbage bags, got back into their stupid boat, and left. It also says here, just to be reckless, they also tried to tip over a photo booth along the way, but it was too heavy.
That's embarrassing.
They couldn't. It was too heavy, the photo booth. Now, the security cameras were still recording. There are multiple shots of these dumb bastards. Their faces are clear as day. All three of them look like they're in their early 20s. Cops are hoping someone recognized them and gives them a telephone call. How embarrassing.
That's very embarrassing.
Who do you work for, a 6-year-old crime boss or something? Why are you stealing 200 stuffed animals unless maybe you work for a 6-year-old crime boss who's demanding that kind of a take? Or they're banging them.
That's a possibility.
You're probably right.
It looked like they were drinking. It's probably one of those things where they just spur of the moment. Doesn't seem like the most organized caper.
Friggin' stuffed animals, huh? And we close out with this here for all you Halloween nerds like Josh and Ashley. Is the excitement starting to build for the both of you?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm very excited.
Not only is Halloween, but it's also Ashley's birthday.
More importantly, yep.
This is for all you Halloween nerds. Hell, in a little over a week, it'll come and go, so you better get some. Did you know there's a creepy doll museum set up here in Minnesota?
No.
Yeah, Ashley, I was wondering, I thought about sending this to you, but I don't know if you're too freaked out by this stuff. I know with the clowns, we saw you in tears, so I don't want to make you upset.
No, I like this kind of stuff.
That doesn't bother you?
No, I found it very fascinating. I like to be afraid of this kind of stuff.
This is something my sister and her daughter should see. They're totally into this. They've got creepy dolls all over their house.
Do they like them for being creepy or just... Because my grandma used to collect things like this, but she didn't find them creepy. She just thought they were cool. Yeah,
my sister and her daughter are very well aware of the creepiness of the dolls. So I think that's why they...
So that is their motivation? Just
because they like creepy things?
They like the creepy stuff?
Yeah. A joint called the History Center of Olmsted County has gone ahead with this new exhibit. Creepy Dolls Loose in the Vaults is what they call the exhibit, and it features unsettling dolls and whatnot. Hell, Olmsted County is creepy even without possessed dolls. Byron. All you had to say was Byron, and I'm hiding under the blankets. The folks who run the Creepy Doll Museum, they say the idea is that the dolls are let loose in the vaults. And you just pray that one of them doesn't grab you and try to drag you to hell as you're walking by. All of the dolls were donated by locals. The dolls all come from Olmsted County, they said.
Why do so many people have creepy dolls in that county?
They don't want any dolls outside of Olmsted County because first thing I was going to bring up would be the Janesville doll. And whenever I've brought up the Janesville, Minnesota doll, I get a lot of text messages from folks in that area who know all about it. When I was a kid, my grandmother lived in Janesville, and there was this house a couple blocks from my grandmother's that had a teeny tiny window up, big tall house, older than the hills, had a teeny tiny window up at the in the attic, and this creepy, dead-looking doll stared out the window of that house for decades.
Oh, I want to be that neighbor.
When we were little kids and we'd visit my grandmother, eventually we'd say, who wants to go walk by the creepy doll house? And, of course, we'd act like we were all brave and walk. And then we'd end up breaking into a run. It looked at me. That kind of a thing. Then a lot of folks text in and know all about it. What am I saying here? Visitors to the History Center of Olmsted County and their creepy doll exhibit. Josh, if you and my sister and her daughter and Ashley all go down there, you're being asked to vote for your favorite creepy doll, and a winner will be announced at the end of the exhibit.
Fun.
Not everybody will make it out alive.
Did you watch the video by any chance that Channel 4 put out?
No.
They did a good job making it creepy. You
Yeah.
know, they did a really good job.
Yeah.
There's a couple I was wondering if they altered these dolls because the eyes were so scary. I mean, just they were really like glazed over and they looked possessed.
They might have touched them up a little bit.
I was curious about that. And then there's one where there's a baby with a giant beard. That one's a little unsettling.
A baby with a beard.
And they put some of them in positions where it looks like they're peeking out from a wall. So they do a good job with it.
They'll grab you, Cubby. They'll pull an artery out of your neck, and they'll watch you bleed out. And
Yeah, some of them have that look.
Then they'll go right back to their original pose as if nothing happened, and we will have no idea. But we will miss you.
Well, I went to, this is one of the haunted houses we were at together. Remember the one with the doll room? That's the one where that evil clown called me a laughing bitch, which I still to this day love. Remember the doll room?
I remember going to the haunted house with you. I remember the doll room, and
That
it
was cool.
Very nicely set up.
Oh, yeah, they did a great job with that.
And then I remember some guide or something saying, be careful around the next turn. Because it's what did they call it?
It wasn't the Chamber of Farts, was it?
No. The Chamber of Farts.
I'll never forget the day that I went. I made it all the way through.
Did you?
The chamber.
Most people can't handle it.
I remember that voice. I remember the guy on the PA saying, "Who dare enter the Chamber of Farts?" So no, it was.
Come on, come on. Get in line now for the Chamber of Farts. Dare you enter the Chamber of Farts?
Keep your hands inside at all times. Okay.
So, the Chamber of Farts has another victim, eh? Don't be afraid. There aren't any ghouls here. Only farts!
But Josh, I can't think of when we were in that haunted house. They warned us, okay, the next corner you round is going to be very scary. I don't remember what they called this particular room, but we weren't scared because these were the sexiest 25-year-old girls we had ever seen in our lives.
It was kind of like they were dressed like the girl from The Ring. I haven't seen it, just the commercials.
Yeah, it was
they were so attractive. How do you get scared? Other than just intimidated to be around people that look that good.
Get a boner in the haunted house?
Dude, I had at least a halfie. They just looked like you were at the sexiest goth concert you had ever been to in your life. And they're like, don't go in there. And Josh and I are thinking, oh, no, we don't want to go. Oh, I want to stay here forever.
Yeah, I don't want to leave.
And they were all trying to be scary, and I didn't have the balls to say, look, you're not scaring me at all. I
know exactly who you're talking about.
I'll pay you $20 for a lap dance, for Christ's sake. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What ultimately do you feel like the legacy of this team is going to be?
Quite the legacy.
What is that?
After Game 7.
Scary ghost.
After Game 7 of the American League Championship Series, in the Seattle Mariners locker room, the Mariners lost to Toronto. After the game, an interview with Mariners pitcher Brian An interview with Mariners pitcher Brian Rue was interrupted by an incredibly loud scream in the background that you heard there.
Somebody needed to get it out.
Maybe some icy hot got on the nuts.
Oh, I heard that is awful. Terrible.
Can we hear it one more? Does this sound like icy hot on the nuts?
Yeah.
I think it does.
Because it does sound like there's a bit of surprise, certainly some hurt, and then anger.
Or maybe someone had an arm off or something. I don't know. But it stopped this Woo character dead in his tracks while trying to answer a question. I thought he was going to say, is everybody okay over there? He didn't say anything.
He didn't say a word.
So one member of the Seattle Mariners.
Julio Rodriguez, they came out and said that was who it was, their outfielder.
Did he get some icy hot down on
they didn't say why other than frustration. They said frustration.
The childhood dreams just got crushed.
Yeah, wow.
God
Poor
dang.
guy.
My deeply beloved Minnesota Timberwolves begin their regulars. They start the season tonight in Oregon, of all places. I'm looking forward to watching the damn Wolves. I love it. I do. I'm not looking forward to the officiating. NBA referees are the worst you can find in all of professional sports. As a matter of fact, last night, Josh, it was an accident. I found myself flipping over to ESPN, and I saw 10 seconds of the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors, and it was 10 seconds too much, but this will give you a sign of how I don't know if I can handle it. So in the 10 seconds that I watched of the Lakers and Warriors last night, Baby Nuts goes up for a basket. A member of the Golden State Warriors was, God forbid, he got within 3 or 4 inches of Baby Nuts trying to guard him. That's what you do in basketball. If you're a defender, you guard the guy with the ball or sometimes the guy without the ball. So the defender got within 4 or 5 inches of Baby Nuts as he's taking a little jump shot. The referee blows the whistle and calls a foul. Baby Nuts goes to the line to try and convert a three-point play. And I said out loud, it's going to be a long effing season. The first thing I saw of any NBA coverage this year was a terrible, awful, unnecessary foul call. It's going to be a long, long, long season. And the Pigs are in New Jersey tonight. We'll talk to Marcus Foligno at 7:30. Josh's News is coming up next.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What ultimately do you feel like the legacy of this team is going to be?
Quite the legacy.
What is that?
After Game 7.
Scary ghost.
After Game 7 of the American League Championship Series, in the Seattle Mariners locker room, the Mariners lost to Toronto. After the game, an interview with Mariners pitcher Brian An interview with Mariners pitcher Brian Rue was interrupted by an incredibly loud scream in the background that you heard there.
Somebody needed to get it out.
Maybe some icy hot got on the nuts.
Oh, I heard that is awful. Terrible.
Can we hear it one more? Does this sound like icy hot on the nuts?
Yeah.
I think it does.
Because it does sound like there's a bit of surprise, certainly some hurt, and then anger.
Or maybe someone had an arm off or something. I don't know. But it stopped this Woo character dead in his tracks while trying to answer a question. I thought he was going to say, is everybody okay over there? He didn't say anything.
He didn't say a word.
So one member of the Seattle Mariners.
Julio Rodriguez, they came out and said that was who it was, their outfielder.
Did he get some icy hot down on
they didn't say why other than frustration. They said frustration.
The childhood dreams just got crushed.
Yeah, wow.
God
Poor
damn.
guy.
My deeply beloved Minnesota Timberwolves begin their regulars. They start the season tonight in Oregon, of all places. I'm looking forward to watching the damn Wolves. I love it. I do. I'm not looking forward to the officiating. NBA referees are the worst you can find in all of professional sports. As a matter of fact, last night, Josh, it was an accident. I found myself flipping over to ESPN, and I saw 10 seconds of the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors, and it was 10 seconds too much, but this will give you a sign of how I don't know if I can handle it. So in the 10 seconds that I watched of the Lakers and Warriors last night, Baby Nuts goes up for a basket. A member of the Golden State Warriors was, God forbid, he got within 3 or 4 inches of Baby Nuts trying to guard him. That's what you do in basketball. If you're a defender, you guard the guy with the ball or sometimes the guy without the ball. So the defender got within 4 or 5 inches of Baby Nuts as he's taking a little jump shot. The referee blows the whistle and calls a foul. Baby Nuts goes to the line to try and convert a three-point play. And I said out loud, it's going to be a long effing season. The first thing I saw of any NBA coverage this year was a terrible, awful, unnecessary foul call. It's going to be a long, long, long season. And the Pigs are in New Jersey tonight. We'll talk to Marcus Foligno at 7:30. Josh's News is coming up next.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast, American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to the bonus episode of the podcast on October 7th. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
They got their heads up their ass.
On 93X.
I looked over and there was a forensic unit van sitting out here and 5 police cars, and I was just confused. There was caution tape set up. It looked like nobody could go to their cars because they had the parking lot blocked off.
A guy in Kentucky killed his brother Daryl with the help of his other brother Daryl. Early Sunday morning, police say a family dispute turned deadly. By that afternoon, the Louisville Police Department had arrested 37-year-old Daryl Burnett and 36-year-old Kiara Page in connection with the shooting. According to investigators, Kiara and his brother Daryl, D-A-R-R-E-L, are accused of shooting and killing their brother Daryl, D-A-R-R-Y-L. And it's the first time I can recall a running gag from the 1980s sitcom Newhart taking such a dark turn.
Hi, I'm Larry, and this is my brother Daryl, and that's my other brother Daryl.
Boy, did those guys crack me up back in the day.
That was a great show. Bob Newhart was one of the funniest men to ever live. So do you know any background on this double Daryl situation? Is there a chance that their parents paid tribute to the Newhart show by naming 2 of their sons Daryl?
I guess there's a chance. I kind of wonder maybe if the first Daryl, they argued about the spelling and said, all right, we'll get you on the next one. I don't know. Officers were called to the scene about 2:55 a.m., and they found a man suffering from gunshot wounds to the head and leg. Police say Page admitted to fighting with the victim before shooting him in the leg, while Burnett was later seen on video firing the fatal shots. Burnett faces a murder charge, and Page has been charged with second-degree assault. For context, if you're too young to know, Newhart was a CBS sitcom which aired from 82 to 90. It starred comedian Bob Newhart. He was a New York City author who relocates with his wife to a small town in Vermont to run an inn. One of the show's most memorable running bits involved 3 quirky backwoods characters who often wandered into the scene. Larry and his 2 brothers, both named Daryl, with Larry introducing them the same way every time.
Hi, I'm Larry, and this is my brother Daryl, and that's my other brother Daryl.
I know who you are.
The reoccurring joke.
I know who you are,
Yes,
Bob,
we're
so,
aware. You
yeah.
say that every time. The reoccurring joke became a fan favorite, and the series finale remains one of the most famous in television history.
Yeah.
Ending with a twist that made it seem like the entire series had just been a dream, a moment that's become legend in TV lore.
We all got a lot dumber on the day that Bob Newhart died.
Yeah.
We just got less interesting, less fun, less everything when Bob Newhart died. Now, Josh, this is a recent development from my friend group that I'm really excited to talk about if I ever get the opportunity. So a guy that I grew up with has a son named Donnie. And I think Donnie is, 20, something like that, right? He recently got a phone call from a lady saying, I need to introduce you to your son. And this friend of mine found out he had a little fling, 30 years ago, and did not know that that fling produced a child, and now the child would like to know his father. The hilarious twist is that this new son that he just recently met for the first time is also named Donnie. So now this pal of mine has 2 sons with the same effing name.
That's funny.
That's
I
fun.
cannot friggin' get over it. I can't get over it. And this buddy of mine denied it at first. Oh, no, that never happened 30 years ago. That wasn't me. And then someone sent him pictures of new Donnie, and they look exactly alike. He couldn't deny it. We were all busting his chops so bad. Like, dude, that is yours. And it was. 2 sons named Donnie.
Ashley, are you using your breast pumps or milks a lot?
Yeah, I laughed at that because during the pause with Nick's story, you can hear it clear as day.
Okay, I thought maybe I was going crazy. I was trying to remember what that was. That was Sir Milks a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. I could hear it doing its work there while Nick was talking.
Interrupting the conversation.
Is that what that was? That pop, 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 pop,
Yeah.
pop, 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 pop,
That's
pop,
hilarious.
pop, 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 pop.
If someone honks at you because you aren't going through a green light fast enough, it's probably legal to flip them the bird, although inadvisable. However, authorities take a much dimmer view of shooting the honker in the heart. Authorities in Indiana arrested a 23-year-old woman after she shot a 21-year-old man because he honked at her for not driving through a green light in a road rage incident.
That should not be the consequence of the action of honking your horn, but yet that's the allegations that we're confronted with today.
Who's standing on his throat?
The man's girlfriend, who was in the car at the time, said he was driving to her parents' house to drop her off when they came up to a red light. When the light turned green, the girlfriend said the Ford SUV in front of them didn't move, so the man honked his horn and drove around it. The green Ford followed with the female driver yelling, screaming, and throwing her hands around while inside the vehicle, the complaint said. The man started to pull into a nearby plaza when the woman in the SUV fired one shot into their Malibu. Police identified the woman and her vehicle, which had a cartoon dumpster fire bumper sticker on it, which seems appropriate. Marion County prosecutor Ryan Mears condemned the act, saying this kind of senseless violence is something prosecutors and police are seeing far too often. We'll continue to work together to hold those who commit senseless acts on our roadways accountable in the courtroom, but as a community, we must find a way to respond to conflicts with reasonableness, not violence, he said. She has her first court had her first court appearance yesterday.
Usually when I get honked at and I know that I deserve it, I kind of just hang my head in shame and mosey on with my day.
Yeah, that one's on me. My bad.
Maybe I'll start shooting people.
No, that's you. Your reaction is reasonable and understandable, where you realize, oh, shoot, I'm in the wrong in this situation.
Gosh, I hate that. I feel so, like, there's not a worse feeling I could think of right now than when you do something dumb and they honk at you. You're like, I know, I'm sorry.
That's the worst feeling?
Here's my license.
All right, I'm never driving again.
What about, like, say, when you wipe and you see you got a little poo on your hand? Isn't that worse than... Isn't that worse than getting honked at?
I guess.
What else is there, Josh?
I don't want to talk about that.
It is kind of rude, though, when they continue to honk because you haven't... It's like I'm trying to finish my text, right? I'm trying to finish this up, and they keep honking at me.
1 minute.
Yeah, this YouTube video isn't over yet.
Hell hath no fury like a woman unfollowed. A jealous woman flew to Florida and stabbed her ex's new girlfriend because she was furious. Furious, the other woman blocked her on social media. The 2-month pregnant 31-year-old hormone volcano told the court she blacked out, only to suddenly regain consciousness post-stab of her romantic rival.
Did she black out?
She didn't black
before
out.
She bought the plane ticket before.
It turns out, no, that's not the case, Ashley, and that's why cops think maybe she's lying about this.
It's a cute story that you blacked out.
She even claimed she acted in self-defense. I felt like she was trying to hurt my baby, she said. But prosecutors were unimpressed by her maternal martyrdom routine. They painted a different picture of the gestating jerkface. They called her, that is, a jealous ex who flew to Florida from New York a few days ahead of the attack, scheming to get stabby. She now awaits sentencing.
Sentencing.
A 61-year-old Florida man was served a generous helping of handcuffs after a heated neighborhood spat boiled over into canine-themed threats. The man confronted his neighbor who dared walk her dog on a public path that happened to be next to his property. According to the victim, he claimed the public path was his property and threatened to eat her dog if she ever trespassed again. Sheriff's deputies arrived, talked things over, and left, believing the dispute was resolved. But about an hour later, he went onto the victim's property and began threatening her and her family with a knife. His evening ended with a scenic ride to jail where he helpfully told deputies he was going to beat the victim as soon as he got out, which could earn him some extra charges.
You just don't know what you're dealing with anymore.
Don't eat my dog.
I mean, he knows he lives next to a public path. I guess he was pretty upset by that. This next story serves up a healthy dose of karma with more than a hint of F around and find out. Started Sunday in Compton when deputies were called to a shopping center after reports of a disturbance. According to investigators, a man followed a woman into a store. Once inside, he groped her, prompting employees to step in and demand he leave. Instead of backing down, however, he became aggressive, shouting and throwing merchandise. Witnesses say he held something in his hand which looked like a knife and began threatening to kill everyone in the store.
Everyone?
That's when another customer decided she'd seen enough. Fearing for her own safety and those around her, she pulled her personal firearm and fired a warning shot. The man then turned toward her, and when she believed he was about to attack, she fired again, this time striking him. Police say that investigation is still ongoing.
It's terrible behavior.
An American Airlines flight made an emergency landing in Nebraska shortly after takeoff when the pilots mistakenly feared someone was trying to break into the cockpit and hijack that plane. The situation unfolded when the flight crew suddenly lost contact with the pilots due to a glitch with the intercom. The pilots, who could hear a static sound over that intercom, thought someone was trying to hijack the plane when the flight attendant started pounding on the cockpit door. Fearing the worst, they made the abrupt return to Omaha late Monday, less than 40 minutes after departing for L.A. The FAA determined there was a problem with the interphone system, which led to the flight crew knocking on the cockpit door. That scared the bejesus out of the pilots, making their uniform pants cleared for defecation. Following his fright-based mid-flight colon evacuation, the captain apologized to passengers after landing.
The captain here apologized for the return back to the airfield. We weren't sure if something was going on with the airplane, so that's why we're coming back here. So it's going to be a delay. I just don't know how long. And once I get that update, I'll let you guys know.
Omaha's airport authority said there was no security incident at the airport and directed all questions to American Airlines.
Now, I don't know Dick Tracy about driving an airplane around, but doesn't that seem like a little bit of a rush to judgment type of a deal there, Cubby?
I guess it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they thought, like, hijackers killed the intercom and that was going on. I mean, they must have really been pounding on that door.
Don't they have some kind of cameras to where they can see what's going on?
I always thought so.
That's what I thought as well. It's Nebraska. Everything's downgraded a little bit in Nebraska.
Yeah, so. Imagine about to get out of Omaha, and then you have to go back to Omaha.
Don't let the terrorists win. Land anywhere else.
Risk it. I'm fine with it.
Meanwhile, an object that hit a United flight's windshield may have been a weather balloon, not space junk, as previously reported.
So given our flight telemetry data, it appears likely to us that it was a windborne balloon that struck the plane. Or rather, the plane flew into a windborne balloon.
Josh, you're looking more and more like a windborne balloon these days.
Yeah, I'm having trouble saying no to food. And a Delta Airlines flight turned around due to the smell of a passenger's food. Speaking of food, officials say it was spoiled. Someone brought it aboard, not a part of the in-flight service.
Rotten food, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't something they were serving. It's something somebody brought aboard. It's unclear what it was, but an unconfirmed post on the internet said it was a spoiled canned protein shake.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which was brought on board by an off-duty flight attendant.
Hey, that'll bring the funk, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes even the non-spoiled stuff can reek pretty good. Now, of course, we usually don't talk politics here. Try and keep this a place where everyone can take a break from all that. You know, have an escape, good time. But every once in a while, there is a story that comes along rooted in politics which feels too interesting not to share, so I hope you'll forgive me for this one. I just thought you'd find it interesting like I did. It's the story of Japan's Iron Lady, Sanaa Takaichi. She was elected yesterday as the first woman to take Japan's highest public office, their next prime minister. She believes in a strong economy, a strong military, and, as it turns out, a strong drumbeat. In an interview on Japanese radio station Tokyo FM, she revealed her long-standing love for the legendary British heavy metal band Iron Maiden. But her passion for loud guitar-fueled music goes beyond being a fan. She actually plays. Since her student days, she's been behind both the guitar and the drums playing Maiden tunes. Back then, she was part of a heavy metal band which covered Black Sabbath and Deep Purple, and even now, there's an electronic drum kit set up in her parliamentary residence. She plays with headphones these days, she said, so she doesn't disturb her colleagues. During the Tokyo FM interview, she admitted that while drumming isn't part of her daily routine anymore, she still turns to it whenever she needs to blow off some steam.
She's a metal fan and a musician herself.
Yeah.
I think Japan will be a better place for it.
We've always mentioned how they have cool taste in music in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
That goes all the way to the Prime Minister.
We could talk metal with her. I'll be damned. That's great.
This week in streaming, Netflix, The Monster of Florence. It follows the case of Italy's first serial killer who eluded justice while terrorizing the nation for decades. Now in some Josh's Book Club news, there's a novel from 2008. It's called The Monster of Florence, A True Story. Douglas Preston wrote it. I really enjoyed that story.
Douglas S. Preston?
Just plain Preston.
Oh.
I've read everything he's written, but this stood out to me as one of the better ones. Again, The Monster of Florence. I thought that was pretty good.
Word up.
Pretty good. Then on Prime Video, a forensic psychologist investigates cold case murders after returning to his family home following the death of his father in Lazarus. And finally, an upscale suburban mom brings a new nanny into her home only to discover she's not the person she claims to be.
Is it Mrs. Doubtfire too?
Nope, it's not. In the Hulu streaming premiere of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
What?
The Hand That Rocks
Just
the Cradle.
Just for the record, there's something wrong with all of our moms.
You're probably not wrong.
I want to go on record with that. That was an old, really poorly done movie in the 90s, wasn't it, Josh? The Hand That Goes Ahead and Rocks the Damn Cradle?
Yes, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle is a remake of the 1992 film of the same name.
Rebecca De Mornay, lights out gorgeous in that film. I love the premise of the film about a crazy lady who tries to steal your baby, but it was just really awful. Do you remember that one, Cubby?
Yeah, I don't remember not liking it, but I do remember watching it. I don't remember too much about it. I definitely want to watch this one, see if it's any good. Yeah, but Rebecca De Mornay.
Big busty blonde wants to steal your baby.
I think Ernie Hudson was in that movie, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Julianne Moore definitely was.
Ernie Hudson, sure, absolutely.
Hubba.
Sure, yeah, Julianne.
Good luck to the Matamidite girls tennis team playing in the state semifinals this morning from Tennis Coaching Jesus. They start in just about a half hour.
Well, I'm rooting for the other team.
Oh, well, okay.
I don't know who it is.
I'm just hoping for a good, fun game.
Try your best to have fun. That's all that matters.
Happy birthday to Don Sr. Happy golden 22nd to Mike, a.k.a. I Swear I'm 19 Jesus from Mom, all the way down in Englewood, Florida, a.k.a. Badass Mama Jesus. Happy 15th anniversary to the super hot Sonia and the relatively okay-looking Zamboni Jesus. Jared sent a birthday text to his smoking hot wife, Nicole, and we got a birthday in the baby brotherhood today. Happy birthday to Creed, turning the big 01 from Kenny, Mom, and Dad, Bad Company Jesus.
Dude, you named your child Creed.
That's pretty, with a K.
Oh, with a K.
Creed with a K.
I mean, it's still cool, but if it was with a C, I mean, we all know what that means. I can't talk about it or I'll begin to cry.
And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder on the Half-Ass Morning Show.
What's that? Hey, I was just calling to say goodnight. I hope you have a good sleep. I'll see you in the morning, buddy.
You're the best.
I was just thinking about you. I just hope you have a good Now we're going to bleep this out. See you, dude.
See you, dude.
Bye.
All right, we're going to get to the bottom of that. What you heard there was Marcus Foligno of the Man Bear Pigs. Apparently he makes it a habit of calling his teammates, other grown men, he makes it a habit of calling his teammates right around bedtime just to tell them good night.
That's like an internet thing, right?
Yeah, I think it's a TikTok thing.
Yeah, TikTok thing.
That's so cute.
I was going to bring that up as well. Good morning, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to have you boys with us. I was going to ask you, Josh, I was going to ask the rest of you, because I know suddenly we just lost all power at the radio station. It sounds like we're falling underwater, and now we're surfacing.
Here we are.
Whoa.
Everyone's coming back.
We're surfacing again. I was going to ask you guys, I'm not a social media guy, but my wife shows me these very funny videos. It's a big bald guy and his cute blonde wife, and the bit that they do constantly on TikTok or Instagram, I don't know which is which, but the bit is the big bald guy constantly imitates his wife. So They'll be driving around a parking lot, and he'll be the big bald guy. He always has his water bottle and his purse that he straps around his chest. And imitating his wife, he says, "Oh, you could park there," like they're driving around a parking lot. "Oh, you could. What's wrong with that spot right there?" So I was wondering if you guys have seen that bit, and I think that's where Marcus got that bit. The big bald guy had a video recently where he's calling all of his bros, wishing them good night.
Well, there's been plenty of athletes that have been posting those videos in the last couple months. They'll call their teammates and say, "Hey, just want to say good night." And it's kind of funny listening to the teammates going, okay, that's cool. Thanks a lot for that. Just totally confused.
Kind of awkward for one grown man to wish another good night.
That's the bit.
Well, the video that the Wild posted, it was about 3 or 4 minutes of him just going through his phone, calling a bunch of different teammates. And one of them even said, after Marcus said, "Hey, I just was thinking about you, just want to wish you good night," he goes, "Are you doing the TikTok thing, dude?"
Oh, that's what he says.
Yeah.
I couldn't follow that. That's very funny. Great bit. We're going to talk to Marcus here in about 20 minutes, so we'll ask him all about it. What a sweet man.
That is nice.
And it's the perfect guy, right? It's the tough guy doing these phone calls.
I'd love to get that phone call.
You should give him your number, Ashley.
I'd be like, wait, don't go yet.
Yeah. Ashley would say, we've got a lot more to say to each other right
That's
now
right.
than just good night. If Marcus Foligno calls her house at bedtime. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder. A listener is texting in right now saying that big bald guy and his cute blonde wife who do the comedy bits on social media, they're from Minnesota. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I wouldn't know one way or the other.
I didn't know that either.
But it is entertaining when my wife shows me the videos. They are very funny. They're very funny. So there you go. My beloved Timberwolves begin their regular season tonight in Oregon, of all places, Randy and Brad.
Yep.
Timberwolves. They got her scheduled up for a 9 o'clock game against, it says here, the Portland Trailblazers. So here we go. I'm looking forward to spending many, many winter nights with the Timberwolves. I do. I love it.
Yep.
Do we know how to watch the game tonight, since we were talking about this the other day?
I believe, Brad Ryder, it's on directly after the Pigs are done.
Okay.
The Pigs play at 6 o'clock tonight on FanDuel, and then right after that, you'll catch the Timberwolves.
Tomorrow night it starts getting tricky. I don't know. Tomorrow night, Friday night, it's on Prime Video. I think
that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not try to figure this out.
One game at a time, Brad.
Yeah, one game at a
day by day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because NBC is taking over the chunk of the NBA now. It's ESPN, it's NBC, and it's Prime. Those are going to be the
Peacock too.
Places.
Yeah, we talked
Correct.
about this yesterday. I think how it's going to be a total mess for basketball fans to find your favorite.
Yes and no. I think you're going to be able to watch a lot more basketball games if you want, because of the way this is going to be set up. So
We'll see. Here's a great question as we go into the 25, then 26 edition of the Minnesota Timberwolves regular season. Great question from Corey Can't Beat Me at Golf Jesus. Will Rudy Gobert hit his first career three-pointer this year? I would love it. I'd love to see it, especially at home. That would be a riot. The place would be up for grabs if Rudy Gobert hit a three-pointer.
Would it have to be like a halftime heave or something like that?
No, I've seen him in international play. I don't know if you guys saw this video. In international play, maybe it was in the past Olympics. I don't know. Rudy was playing for France, and I think it was a preliminary game. I don't think it really was, a do-or-die type of a ball game. Something happened. Maybe all of the other four players on the French team had fallen down or something. But Rudy had the ball at the three-point stripe, and no one bothered to guard him for good reason, right? Mm-hmm. And the crowd all collectively got on their feet like, oh, God, he's going to do it. And I think, if I remember, he did shoot and miss.
I do remember a video of him making one for sure, and the crowd kind of gave that, pop, almost sarcastically, like, whoa.
He did make one?
I think so.
I don't think he's ever made
I don't think so.
Maybe it was an exhibition game, Dana.
I'll look it up.
Because I don't think he's hit a legit three-pointer in his career. He's been playing for how many years now? 10, 12 years? I would love to see that in front of the home crowd. My God, that would be a riot. Good question. Now, don't worry if you're a Wolves fan, if you're worried about, my God, can they do it? Anthony Edwards has vowed to bring us an NBA title. Now, I don't know if he meant this season, but I love his quote. He said, "Don't worry about it." Someone asked him, "Can you guys win it all?" He said, "Don't worry about it. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get fly as hell."
I love the way he talks.
Yeah, me too. He's awesome.
I'm going to get fly as hell to where they can't stop me. So there, we've got our promise, Randy Shaver.
I found the Rudy Gobert
Bring
3.
gas.
He did hit one against France, or hit one for France, excuse me, he plays French, in an international game, and he said afterwards, "Tonight I feel like I lost my virginity."
I think we might have talked about that.
Yeah,
I remember that quote now.
I do remember that. But he's never hit one of the National Basketball Association. Let's make this year.
The over-under is 1.
is half.
A half, yes.
Yeah. Here is a listener who says in his NBA career he's tried this. This is shocking if this is legitimate. A listener tells us via text that in his NBA career he's 0 for 17. I can't picture how he got 17 different chances.
Well, probably, like you said,
half
at the end of quarters.
Sure. Yeah, that's possible, I guess.
There's a compilation video somebody put together. It's 55 seconds long. It's titled, "I Found Every Rudy Gobert Three-Point Attempt."
I'd like to watch that.
Yeah, there are a lot of half-court heaves, and oh man, is he really off the mark even on those. Like hitting the shot clock and stuff.
Oh, I like Anthony Edwards' comment though. He's going to get so fly that nobody can stop him. Josh, are you working on becoming more fly?
Yeah, I'm working on updating my brand.
How's that going?
And that includes trying to be more fly.
I mean, you love the fly honeys.
I do, yes, for a long
What
time.
have you changed?
I bought a leather jacket.
That's a good step.
Boy, Josh.
Yeah, and I constantly, you may have noticed, I have a toothpick in my mouth at all times.
I was wondering what that was about.
And is that a chain you're wearing? Like a nice chain necklace I see around your neck?
Yes, but it's pink, and people have told me that I'm backfiring.
Yeah, those
Is that
diamonds
fly or is that midlife crisis?
No, I think when I leased my Challenger in 2015, I was going through a midlife crisis. I'm past that at this point.
All right, back to Anthony Edwards real quick. I was unaware of this until yesterday. Well, I guess everyone was unaware of it until yesterday because this is brand new. Anthony Edwards and his best friends, they hosted a program on YouTube the other day, and they called it the Believe That Awards, where Anthony and his friends, having a lot of laughs and swearing quite a bit, they handed out hilarious awards just for no good reason. And the show ended up featuring some big stars, including a Hollywood actor here named Timothy Chalamet. I've heard the name before.
Yeah, it's Kylie Jenner's boyfriend.
He played Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
He's in the Dune movies.
And he's whose boyfriend?
Kylie Jenner's boyfriend.
Kylie Jenner. So this is a pretty big deal, I guess, to get Timothy Chalamet to appear on Anthony Edwards' little YouTube program. And damn, Josh, I'd like to win this award, and I bet you would too.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Anthony Edwards picked Chalamet to be the winner of this year's White Boy of the Year award.
The winner of the White Boy of the Year goes to Timothy Chalamet. Where you at right now, bro?
Budapest, Hungary. How you doing, baby?
Ooh, okay. Budapest. Boy, they're locked in.
Yes, sir. Dune Part 3, baby.
You one of the main characters, so you in that motherfucker all day, all night.
12 hours, 14 hours a day. And usually I'm off my phone, but then they say, hey, man, Ant-Man wants to give you White Boy of the Year.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
That was Timothy Chalamet accepting his award for White Boy of the Year.
Oh, my.
He beat out some other solid finalists who were up for White Boy of the Year. Those White Boys were Adam Sandler, Tom Cruise, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
And Pat McAfee.
Mr. Beast gives me weird vibes. He does a lot of great, incredible things for people, but there's something there.
Yes, I mean, this is so effing funny. I want to make my way onto this program somehow. I want to be on.
I just want to be in the audience.
I want to be part of the Believe That
Local reporter John Krasinski, not from The Office, from Blaine, Minnesota. He writes for The Athletic. He covers the Wolves, and he was nominated for Reporter of the Year. Didn't win, but he was nominated. And he said, It was just an honor to be nominated, but now I have my sights set on a White Boy of the Year award.
There were others that Edwards talked about. There were other white boys that didn't make the list of finalists with Timothy Chalamet, Adam Sandler, Tom Cruise, Mr. Beast, and Pat McAfee. The other white boys that A1 from day one has an appreciation for, he mentioned Justin Bieber, fly as F. Ed Sheeran.
Sure.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen. I've heard that name before, but I don't know what.
He's a country singer.
At first, Edwards thought his name was Leon Nelson. What he meant to say is Liam Neeson.
Leon Nelson.
Sounds like something you'd do.
Yes. Jason Statham was defined as fly as F.
Yeah, I love that guy.
And other white boys who were defined by Anthony Edwards as being fly as F, Triple H and Goldberg.
Goldberg.
I love him.
I'm never going to be the type of guy to disagree with Anthony Edwards, but Goldberg is not fly as F.
No.
Okay, it's not 1995 anymore. Goldberg not fly as F.
Yeah, ask Brett to the Hitman Hart what he thinks about Goldberg.
Now this sounds kind of like some home cooking here, doesn't it, Josh? Anthony Edwards' brother, a character called Be Different, won Artist of the Year. Come on. What do they call that?
Nepotism?
Nepotism there.
He performed at a couple of Wolves games, maybe last year or the previous year, I forget.
I'm sure Be Different is terrific, but was he really Artist of the Year?
You don't be that great. That's for sure.
There's going to be plenty more, Randy Shaver, of the Believe Ad Awards.
Can't wait for it.
Oh, that's fun.
Who won Media Person of the Year then?
That Shams guy from ESPN who breaks all the news.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I'm bored with him.
Oh, are you?
I'm bored with such things.
I find him shallow and pedantic.
I find most of those characters boring too, Brad Ryder. They just F me running. Find something else to talk about other than the NBA, these effing guys. And what's that psycho's name from the NFL again?
Adam Schefter.
Adam Schefter. Get a job.
So Adam Schefter, in his off season, which lasts about 2 weeks, one time he came in and he was like the sideline reporter for a Wolves game on ESPN when I was with the Wolves, and I got a chance to talk to him a little bit. He showed them to me. He has 6 phones.
Yeah. That's 4 more than Janelle Klein.
Yeah, she's
right.
got 2.
I mean, he's got them color coded, and he's like, all the GMs are on this phone, all my agents are on this phone, it's insane.
That's crazy.
Fun fact about Janelle Klein: she can text simultaneously. I've seen her do it.
It's
several
impressive.
times.
Yeah.
The way her brain works is very impressive.
I think Randy Shaver should be up for White Boy of the Year.
No thanks.
Yeah, I agree.
You know who a couple of our listeners are saying? A couple of our listeners say the whitest of the white is Ryan Gosling. Does that mean anything to you when I say Ryan Gosling?
Yeah, I like. He was
Good
awesome
looking man.
in the Gray Man. Yeah, he's white.
Okay.
I think Dwight Schrute should have been nominated.
Yes.
Now, if you're curious what these NBA experts are saying about the upcoming Timberwolves season, I went ahead and checked out ESPN. Timberwolves. And all they really picked was conference champions and then finals champions. So I'll tell you this right now, by God, I will. One of ESPN's 15 or so NBA experts picked the Wolves to make it to the Western Conference Finals, only to lose again to the Oklahoma City Thunders. So nobody there picked them to win it all. As far as the champion of the Western Conference, 9 experts picked the Thunders. Yeah. 3 went with the Nuggets, 1 with the Mavericks, and 1 with the Rockets.
Yep. The Rockets' starting lineup last night was the tallest average lineup to ever start an NBA game.
Oh, yeah?
They averaged 6'10" last night. There was no point guard. They all kind of alternated between Durant and Amen Thompson and other players to bring it up. But they started Durant and Sengun in the same lineup, obviously.
Friggin' Sengun.
He's so good. He was tremendous. What a game last night! They went double overtime. It was such a great game.
My wife tried to say, what's his first name? That Sengun guy?
Alpergen?
Yeah. Alpergen Sengun. My wife tried to say his name one night, and she called him Crab Rangoon.
Close enough.
That's a favorite at my house.
Now, the Eastern Conference picks from ESPN, there's not a lot of variety. Pretty much half the experts picked the Knickerbockers to win the Eastern Conference. The other half of the crowd picked the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I mean, with Jason Tatum lost for the year for Boston, that changes the complexion of the East quite a bit. So, obviously, health is going to be one of the most important things for every team. But for a team like the Knicks, that's, they're a little bit older. Health's going to be a real key for them, but that makes sense.
As far as
what they're saying.
As far as overall NBA champion, the majority of them picked the Thunders to repeat. Yep. That would make
and I think we're going to be talking about the Thunder, Nick, for a long time.
I hope not.
They have multiple draft choices. They have a tremendous amount of flexibility.
Well, I hope for them to show all of those draft choices, and I wish them nothing but the worst. The majority of them picked the Thunders, a couple picked the Nugget, one picked the Cavalier, one picked the Maverick, and one with the Rocket. One of the NBA experts at ESPN picked Anthony Edwards to be this year's most valuable player.
I'm a little surprised the Pacers didn't get any more respect.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they lost the point guard. Halliburton is gone for the year, so that changes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
He had an Achilles. So
I didn't know he was done for the year either.
Yeah, he's not going to be playing.
That explains that.
Yeah, that changes everything. The teams in the East are the ones that were hurt the most by injuries, with Tatum and Halliburton. So
Halliburton. Remember the audio we played last year of the. Was it the Japanese announce team or the Chinese announce team when they called a couple of those unbelievable game-winning shots by Tyrese Halliburton?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those were fun to listen to. Those guys just came uncorked. All right, again with this, the Vikings have decided who their starting quarterback will be Thursday night against the Los Angeles Chargers. The winner is Carson Wentz.
No.
Mindset is to go win this game. And at the end of the day, I'm focused on the here and now. Don't have a lot of time or energy to think about beyond this one, quite frankly. So let the future take care of itself.
Troubled Vikings head coach Kelvin O'Connor has upped and announced that the starting quarterback tomorrow night will be Carson Wentz. So I'm going to go ahead and predict that this is a mind F he's using to throw the Chargers off their game planning. And McCarthy, although injury-prone and totally unproven, will actually be the starter.
No, put the gopher in.
It's not going to happen.
Nope.
That's all I want to see.
He'll start against the Lions too, like we talked about the other day, and then once we're 3-5, then we'll usher
the pressure's off.
Yep.
Once again, some irresponsible puke bag journalist has started coughing up rumors that the Vikings will make a trade for that prick bastard Kirk Cousins.
God, that would be the funniest thing ever.
Before the November 4th trade deadline.
I don't think Atlanta's going to do. I don't think Atlanta's going to do that. Because Michael Penix got hurt against the 49ers the other night, and they're having a decent season, and there's a lot of optimism in Atlanta. I can't imagine they would trade their veteran backup quarterback right now. Because Michael Penix, he's good, but he's still shaky to some extent. And I think I really do think Atlanta feels like they can compete in the NFC.
The NFC.
I don't think they're going to trade Cousins.
I actually don't think the Vikings would do that either if they lose.
I don't think so.
Why would you go mortgage
from Wentz
some more draft
to Cousins
picks when you have exactly. Why would you go mortgage some more draft picks if you have 4, 5, 6 losses already?
Because they're out of their friggin' minds over there. They're out of their minds.
Yeah,
the head coach is troubled, dude. He's troubled. He'll do anything.
Jeez.
Oh, how I pray that one day we can just go 30 days in this town without someone bringing up that guy's friggin' name, Kirk Cousins. 30 days, that's all I ask. I mean, look at it this way, everybody. In the latest ESPN NFL Power Rankings, the Vikings are ranked 22nd out of 32 ball clubs? How many?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They're only wanked. They're wanked.
They might be wanked.
Brad is jacking off.
The Vikings are.
Yeah.
They're only ranked one spot above the Cincinnati Bengals.
And actually, the Bengals are on the rise, and the Vikings are going the other direction. So
they're only ranked 2 spots above the Arizona Cardinals, 3 spots above the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Number 1 in the power rankings, Detroit. Number 2, Indianapolis.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd put the Colts up there.
Number 3.
I mean, how about this? You've got
Josh's
the two former Viking quarterbacks are leading 2 teams into somewhat of a surprising start. I mean, the Colts are 6-1 under Daniel Jones, and Seattle's 5-2 under Sam Darnold. So it's crazy.
We didn't need him.
Nope, didn't need him. Nope, you're
Need either
right.
one of them.
Nope.
I'm telling you, they're friggin' nuts over there with the Vikings.
Didn't need them.
Their leadership is a gong show. Are we burned out on this gimmick? Can you handle one more fantasy football punishment story before Marcus gives us a telephone call from New Jersey?
I love them.
I know, but we've covered this up and there's just a couple notes here. Some dudes down south, Alabama, Louisiana, doesn't matter. They've got a fantasy football league going. What's interesting, I guess, from the get-go is that the winner doesn't get anything. There's no monetary prize. They're strictly doing it for the love of the game. Instead, every other placement after first comes with its own unique punishment. So it's not just the last place guy.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Not all of the punishments are interesting. They're not. Sorry. But there's a couple that I thought you'd find fun. So first place guy gets Dick Tracy. Everyone below him has some form of punishment. I thought fourth place was quite interesting. The fourth place finisher has to drum on buckets outside Pat O'Brien's in the New Orleans French Quarter until they make $50.
That's funny.
Oh,
And
my
that's
gosh.
for fourth? Oh.
I've been to Pat O'Brien's a few
Yes,
times.
so have I.
So they
I
get
would
the
not want to sit out there drumming.
they
That's
get
for
the
sure.
Home Depot bucket cubby and just
Some of those guys are crazy.
Oh yeah,
I saw
very,
a guy outside of the Wild game. He's one of the best drummers I've ever seen.
Yeah, but he's got to sit there till he makes 50 bones. I remember once me and a buddy were walking into a television wrestling show at Target Center, and the dude had the plastic bucket outside, and he's just putting on a killer show. And maybe he had to be there, but for whatever reason, my buddy interrupted him, tapped him on the shoulder, and the dude stopped drumming. And he looked at my buddy as if, why are you interrupting my bit? And my buddy said, hey, dude, do you like porno? And the drummer guy said, porno? Yeah. And then we moved on and went into the show, and the guy kept drumming.
All right, then.
Fifth place has to audition for the lead role in a local play.
No, thank you.
That would suck.
Yeah, I'd rather do the drumming because I think I would pay $10 to 5 friends to walk by and drop in $10 bills.
Right.
I could be out of there in 5 minutes.
You could set it up.
Yes.
You could fix that situation.
You can
No
figure
kidding.
out how good of friends they are if they actually show up and put the 10 in
Well,
the
that's
bucket or
true,
not. Though.
Yeah. Right.
In this case, you've got to learn lines and audition for a local play.
And what
Maybe
if
it's
you
a-
what if
maybe
you
it's
get
a
it?
musical too.
Yeah. Oh, a musical? And what if you get it?
Yeah, then you have
Yeah,
to commit
really.
for months.
And finally here, the 8th place finisher has to apply for, get hired, and complete one shift at the neighborhood Burger King.
I bet Burger King would go along with that.
That is a desperation league, man, because I've got to finish first. I'm going to do everything I can not to have to do all those other things.
All right, the Pigs are in New Jersey. The Pigs are at the New Jersey Devil tonight. 6 o'clock game, televised on the FanDuel channel. Let's see what the hell's going on behind the curtain with our local hockey club. Marcus Foligno joining us live from the East Coast. Hello, Marcus.
Good morning. How we doing?
Good morning.
We're doing good, man. Now, first things first, you got to tell us about this calling your teammates and bidding them good night routine that we saw on social. That was very funny.
Not my idea, but it seemed to be a what it was called, a TikTok thing going around. So our kind of our social media team reached out to me thinking that I'd be the best fit for it, and I think it was guys texting me right after, like, "What? Are you okay? Are you drinking?" It was good. It was good.
They thought maybe you were. They thought maybe you had been drinking.
Yeah. I'm not calling guys saying good night, but I think it was well received. I think Z Buell, our rookie on our team, was shocked that I called him. So I think that was good. It was a good confidence booster.
Marcus on the phone.
He wants to be friends, I think.
So the rookie sees your number pop up, and maybe he thought he was in trouble for a second, right?
Yeah. I think he texted me after if I wanted to watch a movie, and I said, no, we're not that close.
You want to sit down, watch The Notebook or something? Who gave you the most negative reaction when you called them just to wish them good night?
I think I got the most annoying. It was Marco Rossi, but he's not the most joyous person to be around. Like he just he's a very nice person, but he's got some good sarcasm, and he's got some he doesn't take jokes so well. So it was pretty funny hearing his reaction. You could tell he was like, "Thanks, good night." It was simple. So he's still great though. But yeah, there was just some dry humor. Some other guys were just chuckling. Philip Gustafson, probably could have been on the phone longer with him talking about God knows what, but glad that ended shortly.
So Phil likes to talk, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean it's riddles and things like that all goalies will bring you into that you don't want to be a part of. But
riddles.
Any particular topics that really get him going?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I mean, it's more just like useless facts with that guy. It's just things that don't matter. But he's got some facts and some things like that about the world, and I don't want to say it's like that Ilya Bryzgalov thing, but these girls are interesting.
Yeah,
these
they're
goalies are really.
different.
I think we talked about before. He does some things when he plays to calm him down, and I think he doesn't even think about hockey when he's in net. So. But hey, it's been working, so it's, as long as he keeps it going.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Goalies are different. Yeah. We all know that they're a little off. Deep thinkers, some of them. Well, that's a fun bit. Randy Shaver, what would you think if we started that up around here, where I'd call you and just to wish you good night every night? Would that?
Well, you better call me around 9:30 because that's about the time I go to bed. So.
Friggin' unbelievable. You know what we were just talking about, Marcus? We were talking about some interesting fantasy football punishments. Now, interrupt me if we've already asked you this, but when you guys play fantasy football, do you have the elaborate punishments and whatnot for the last place guy?
You know what? I've seen some good ones, which I prefer doing because it's no one. They'll probably make guys want to not fold in their teams early and stuff like that, but. We just have where you have to pay double the cost of entry. So
okay.
That's what we do. So the last place has to pay again. So which is tough, and no one wants to pay more. But I like some of the guys I've seen around make guys caddy for them in a golf outing.
Okay. Oh, fun!
Which I mean that's interesting. And I've seen the one where I think they make a guy go to a bar or restaurant when it opens, and they can't leave until close, and every beer or something they drink knocks off minutes or hours. So.
Yeah, that one's popular now.
Yeah, that one I've seen that one's pretty good. So
next thing you know, guys,
we just keep it simple. The winner gets a nice ring and a trophy, and the loser's got to bring out his wallet again.
Jesus, you got to sit in a bar all day and everything. I think that's what happened to Mark Sanchez, really, to be honest with you.
I wonder.
Yeah, that's probably right.
What if this was the punishment? What if you decided, okay, this year, whoever finishes last in fantasy football has to spend the weekend in the worst NHL city? If you were the guy that had to choose, which city would that be?
Oh, geez, you can get me in trouble here.
It's just not the most exciting place in the world,
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking wintertime, you got to go spend it in Winnipeg, maybe?
Yeah, it's cold out there.
Seattle. don't know. just a rainy weekend there.
Yeah.
Yeah, geez. I mean,
Well, you're in New Jersey right now, for Christ's sake. I mean, is that a?
Yeah.
Do you like I've heard terrible things.
I don't know. I don't get out enough in the cities, but I mean, New York's just right across the tunnel there, so it's a fun vibe in the city for a couple of days. So I never really experienced this, Jersey and all that stuff.
A couple of our listeners says it's got to be Columbus.
You know what? Just because my brother used to play there, Columbus is actually a sneaky good city.
Cool.
Yeah, fun college town.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
college girls running around. What else is going on around here, Marcus? Back to, we were talking about you calling your teammates and wishing them a good night. Fun prank. It was from an NHL guy that I first heard about the leaner. Is that bit? Still,
oh yeah.
Is that bit still alive and well in the NHL?
Oh yeah. That's a tough one to go, especially if you have carpet in your front entrance area.
Does everyone know the leaner?
No.
You fill up a garbage can full of water and you just lean it up against the guy's door.
Yeah,
so when
okay.
You go to open it, it spills all around his feet.
Yeah, we did that in the dorms.
I mean, the hotel probably loves it. But yeah, it's one of those things that I've seen a lot of those in my day, and that's a good way of getting someone, especially in the morning, right? First thing in the morning, you ready for breakfast, you get all dressed up and open the door, and you got to deal with that, and you probably have to waste all your towels too to soak it all up. So
awesome.
It's a good one. That's still alive and well.
Mike Greenlay, who did play-by-play here for the Wild in the early years, he played in the NHL. He was a goaltender in the 80s. He was the one who first told me about the leaner, and I thought, wow, that sounds like fun. Knock on the guy's hotel room door, he answers in an entire garbage can full of water. Come on, we got to go. Why the hell didn't we do that when we were in Wisconsin last weekend?
I forgot about it.
Should have done that to Dana.
What? Come on.
Oh, man. Hey, Marcus, we wanted to say how happy we were to learn that things are going well with your brother's family. We read some things about a niece of yours that was having some surgery, and everything's on the up and up. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, she's doing great. She just went to Boston Children's last weekend to go through another heart procedure. She was born with a congenital heart defect, and in other terms, it was like a leaky. One of her valves was leaking when she was little. So luckily for us and for her, that doctors in this world are amazing, and there was a doctor out of Boston that was able to perform surgery on Moana when she was really, really young, like a couple days old, and then ever since it's been touch and go with just kind of seeing how she feels and checking in on the valve replacement that they put in, and just need another one that, and as she gets older, it gets a little more serious, and her body's growing, right? So as the body grows and the heart grows, they have to replace this valve every so often. So everything went well. Everything went well again, and thank God for these doctors. And Milana's a very tough girl, very strong person, and only 12 years old, and I think it's her fourth procedure already. So, but when you look at her, you wouldn't know. She's, of course, she's the one with the most energy in her family out of her two brothers. So. Yeah. You want her to be not so active, but she's an unbelievable person and very inspiring. But she's doing great, and Nick is now back with the team and in Chicago. So really happy, and we're thankful for all the support around the league and everyone that chimed in and prayed and sent their thoughts. And she's doing great now.
That's awesome.
That's good to hear.
That's great.
Awesome to hear, especially when you're dealing with a kid. Speaking of kids,
exactly.
Has the Russian kid been buying drinks on this road trip?
Yeah, there was a dinner or so that was picked up by him. Very nice of him, for sure. But it won't just be one and done. There'll be throughout the year. There'll be a couple.
Of course.
One a road trip.
One a road, yeah.
He should just give you guys all one of his credit cards, to hang on to. Just keep in your wallet, boys.
Go have fun.
Yeah.
I was watching the Ranger game at home the other night, Marcus, and Lou Nanny was doing color commentary alongside Anthony LaPanta. Have you had a chance to jaw jack with Lou off and on?
Oh yeah, many times. He's awesome. He's got all the stories. He's a great guy, and obviously a big fan of hockey and loves the game. And but yeah, he's always a guy I respected since day one, and he's got that presence when he walks in the room, so it's fun. He's a great guy to have on the road trips. He always, you know what though, he's got a great gig. He always comes on the nice road trips. So Florida and New York City. So I was like, Lou, when I'm done, I hope I can do what you're doing. He's got a great little thing he's doing with us. It's awesome.
He's not going to Winnipeg in January.
No, I don't think so. I think he's staying back.
Well, wasn't it cold weather that got Lou to retire from the high school hockey tournament?
Yeah.
Yes.
When he was a couple years ago, he was doing the high school hockey tournament, and his car broke down on the side of the road, 25 below, and he looked in the rearview mirror and said, "What the hell am I doing out here?" What is he, 83 or 84 now, Randy?
He's in that range, yeah.
Man,
You're right about that. His car broke down on the way back home from St. Paul, and nobody stopped to help him. And he was like, "What am I doing? Why am I doing this?" So that's why he decided to hang it up.
Unreal.
So
he is the man in this friggin' town.
Oh, he is.
When it
There's
comes
no
to
doubt.
hockey, it's Sweet Lou and everybody damn else. Hey, Marcus, good luck in New Jersey. Thanks very
Thank you.
much for chilling with us again, and we look forward to talking to you in a couple of weeks. And, hey, tonight, I'll give you a call around 10:30. Make sure you're doing okay.
Perfect.
Thank you, Marcus.
My phone won't be on silent or anything.
See you, bud.
It will be on
Thanks, guys.
You got it. Hey, Randy Shaver, we finally got you on the friggin' line now. We missed you the first couple days this week. Monday was our fault. We forgot to tell you we had the friggin' or what did we do wrong?
We forgot to tell him we're going to be on.
We forgot to tell you we were working on Monday because there was some stories going around that we might take Monday off. How'd your pickleball thing go?
It went very well, thank you.
Yeah.
It was a 2-day event at Pints and Paddle, and those guys are awesome. They're great. So we had a great weekend. No issues.
I talked to your wife last night.
Mhm.
Don't get any funny ideas. And she said there were no injuries as far as
that's
she
big.
knew. Yeah.
That's big, yeah.
And this is something I've wanted to share with you now for a couple of days. Pickleball is still mangling middle-aged people at an insane rate. The latest is eye injuries. It's not all Achilles tendons and ACLs. Ocular injuries, Cubby. Your aunt and uncle don't have the reaction reflexes they used to, and here comes a 40-mile-per-hour pickleball, and then the eyes fall out.
Nick's wife said she took a pickleball to save you at the event. Do you remember this? Apparently one came
She
flying
did.
towards you
I
guys.
was standing right next to her when she got bonked on the head. Yeah.
Oh, you got her in the head?
You know that's
Yeah.
supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to protect the woman.
Well, she's a giving person.
She thinks very highly of Randy.
Yeah, she didn't want anything to happen to Randy. So she didn't tell me it was in the head. Ow.
Yeah, she got bonked on the head, yeah.
So, again, more warnings now for you pickleballers. Sometimes it's the pickleball itself smokes an old-timer in the eye socket, and then the eyes fall. Sometimes, though, they swing the paddle and they smoke their partner.
Yep. Doubles, that can happen quite. That actually, I've seen that happen.
Playing
where people
doubles,
get bonked.
you overswing, you follow through and smoke your partner.
Yeah.
That's why you got to wear the rec specs.
Especially if you have an overzealous partner. That's kind of where it gets to be that.
Retinal detachments, fractured eye sockets, severe damage to the eyeball itself, bleeding inside the eye are the latest injuries that your aunt and uncle are going to see the doctor over.
Yeah, for sure.
Neither casual players nor professionals are required to wear eye protection when they step on the court.
That is correct.
I've never worn a pair of those Kareem Abdul-Jabbar rec specs.
Sounds like a good idea, though, based on what you're saying.
I wonder if I mean, everyone looks, I think, better in rec specs when they're out there playing ball. But I don't know. I wonder if it would bother me.
All the kids when I growing up, if you were in rec specs, you got roasted.
Yeah, but now that when you were a kid, yeah.
But as a grown-ass adult, I don't see an issue with it.
Yeah, I mean, for Christ's sake, I look like Kareem, don't I? I mean, it's not bad to look like Kareem. Players 50 and older accounted for 70% of eye injuries in this particular study. Now, this year will be our final event of the Randy Shaver Cancer and Community Fund 93X Half-Ass Morning Show Wayzata Legion Partnership for 20 and 25. We got to give folks a heads up on this. The event goes by the name of Callin' for a Cure. Callin' for a Cure. What we're going to do is sit down and play some damn bingo. This is Sunday, November 9th, and we're calling on the brother and sisterhood to help us hit our goal of raising $20,000. So Sunday, November 9th. The event goes from 3 to 6 p.m. We start with a social hour, Josh's favorite part.
Josh will be there greeting everybody at the door.
We start with a social hour. You check in from 3 to 4. You won't miss the Vikings game. I think the game, they play at noon that day.
Yep.
Then we play some bingo. All jackpots pay out to the winner and the charity. And there'll be a coverall up around $1,000. There'll be a silent auction. There will be food. Giveaways between every game of bingo. You must purchase tickets in advance, so go to 93x.com if you just want to help us out, and we always appreciate the help. If you can't make it there, there's an option to donate $5 to cover materials, so that goes to the cause. We hope to see you there again Sunday, November 9th, Callin' for a Cure bingo. We're going to sit down, have some laughs, have some drinks, play some bingo, and make some money.
I think we're actually going to be calling the bingo numbers, right?
Oh, that's a big responsibility. Don't mess that up.
I screwed that up once, and I barely made it out of the joint alive.
Yeah.
You're right. Who we? Me and you?
I think I am. I think there's some other people that are taking part in that. I think you might be one of those.
Awesome.
But it's I'm not in charge. Your wife is. But I think that's the discussion, is that there'll be multiple people calling bingo games, which will be fun.
That will be fun, but there is pressure.
Yes, there is. There's a right way to do it, and there's a lot of wrong ways to do it.
You don't want to F that up.
I'll donate. I'm not allowed to play bingo anymore, but you guys will get a donation from me.
Why are you not allowed to play bingo?
Because of the incident?
Yeah, well, if somebody says O-69, I laugh out loud.
So do I.
And then when they say anything with an I, let's say I-4, I go, I also 4, no matter the number. And I do that so often I get kicked out.
Oh, jeez.
I can't stop.
Can you contain yourself when the number 45 is said out loud, or do you have to say 45?
I got to say it.
Yeah, same here. I have
if there's a 67, I have to say 67.
The last South Park episode of that.
Care 11.
Go to our website, go to 93x.com if you want to learn more, get involved, sign up for Callin' for a Cure bingo. Yeah, that'll be fun, Randy Shaver. I'd love to see you up there calling the game.
I'm planning to be there.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to a bingo event where people don't, where they can maintain their composure if somebody says 69?
No.
Yeah, I have.
There's always a crowd pop.
We were at one. It was all old people, and I was almost 50, and I was the youngest by maybe a decade, and even they couldn't control themselves, especially the O-69.
We will try at this event, Josh. We'll try to keep it,
on the up and up.
On the up and up. But there's always someone who has to make a smart-ass comment about 69, 45. I used to play with this old-timer, and he pissed everybody off. But he knew what he was doing. Every number that was called. N46, he'd say this. I got it. B7. I got that one, too. That will piss the crowd off a little bit. We'll have a good time.
This person said when O-69 is called, his mom will...
No, she doesn't. Tell me she doesn't dump that horrible...
She does.
This is the most...
She said it is gross.
This is the most disgusting line in all of sexual lingo, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a couple, and this one is gross.
What does she say when O-69...
You call it first.
My prediction is that she says... You're going to make me say this, Josh?
Well, you just call the O-69, and I'll play her role.
I can't say it out loud. O-69.
Dinner for two.
Oh, his mom.
His own mother.
I friggin' hate that. That is so gross.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Oh, my gosh.
Thanks, Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder.
On that note.
Yes, on that note.
We'll keep talking about the bingo event. We'll get a crowd there. Thanks, boys.
You bet.
Yep.
And we'll be back here in a few minutes.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Next Roll is a groundbreaking podcast created and executive produced by Vernon Davis.
This is where we talk about reinvention.
The series explores the transformative journeys of athletes, artists, comedians, and entrepreneurs.
They don't just stop here. They just keep going.
Next Roll isn't about what's next. It's about why they do it, how they overcome fear, and the resilience it takes to keep evolving at the highest level.
That's what it's all about. Stay tuned.
Next Roll with Vernon Davis. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Half-Ass Morning Show. 93X.
Welcome back to the friggin' show. It's 8:34 already. Jesus balls. 8:34. O-69. We were talking about playing that damn bingo a few minutes ago. And again, we're playing a game for charity November 9th at the Wayzata Legion. Go to our website if you want to play. O-69. Someone's always got to say something cute when the bingo caller shouts out O-69. Okay. I made Josh say it a few minutes ago. A listener texted in and said, every time they play bingo, their mother, of all people, when the bingo caller says O-69, their mother will say, dinner for two. Shut up.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
She doesn't know what that is.
Now,
Hopefully.
Let's hope not.
She knows. She was doing it decades before we were born.
She invented it.
It was her joke.
There's more to that line if you want to take it even further. Now, I don't want to, but we're all about informing the public, are we not, Josh?
Right, even when it's information that's tough to say.
Yes. You're exactly right. There's more to that line. It's just repulsive. I got a text. You can go even further with that, Ashley. You could say, dinner for two with a hairy view.
I don't like that.
Now, I vow to you.
I don't like that.
To all of our listeners, the brother and the sisterhood, I vow to you, you will never hear me say that out loud ever again.
No.
By damn Halloween, right? It's next Friday. Some of yous are just beside yourself over Halloween. It's also Ashley's birthday.
More importantly,
it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Did you know this, Josh, that Halloween is the loneliest day of the year for single people?
You know what? I saw the headline saying you might be surprised to know what day is the loneliest or what holiday is the loneliest for single people. And, of course, they're wanting you to say Valentine's Day. My guess before I saw it is I thought maybe Thanksgiving. Because, a lot of times people might bring over a new significant other or, you're getting together with the people that mean most. So that was what my guess was. Halloween did surprise me. It's kind of odd that it would be Halloween.
I don't know how they measure these things, but it's right here in front of me. Halloween is the loneliest day of the year for single people. I'd like to see you in the morning light. I'd like to see you when it comes to the... What song, Josh?
Well, that's Dokken, and I forgot the name of the song.
Well, we're talking about loneliness.
Oh, yeah, Lonely is the Night.
Only
the lonely.
What's happened to the old cubby? Alone again.
Yeah, I know.
Tooth and Nail, 1984.
I was trying to come up with all the other Lonely Hearts.
Cafe. The Lonely Hearts Cafe.
What other lonely songs are there?
So, according
Lonely?
to... Huh?
I said the song Lonely.
Who's that by?
I think Akon.
Well, I'm not going to get an ACON.
We went from Dawkins to ACON.
I kind of wish that never would have happened.
Sorry.
According to a new survey. Oh, from dating.com.
They got some good stuff.
Do they?
I don't know.
Oh.
Trying to help them out.
Oh, I see. 59% of single people say Halloween is one of the most difficult days of the year.
Would any of you
Weird.
guys guess Halloween?
No. Even when you're single, that's a great night to go out and get laid.
I guess maybe
That's
that's what
what I
makes
thought.
it depressing is that you're going home alone.
You don't.
I'm with you, Dana. We just talked about this. Like Halloween, when you're a single person, that's the goal, right? You think, oh, here we go.
I guess maybe if you're not just talking about relationships, it would suck. Everyone's having Halloween parties and you don't get invited to any. You're just sitting at
As
home.
somebody who's been not invited to a lot of things, that's not so bad.
I mean, yeah, Dana's right. If you go out and just have a great time and you bring home a complete stranger and fold that stranger in half into positions you never thought possible, there goes that loneliness. It's gone.
I mean, just the.
But if you don't, you're going to go home feeling all.
I mean, when you're in a relationship, it's kind of ruined on Halloween. It's nice just to go out and people watch and have that opportunity to see, like somebody at work. I didn't know they would ever dress like that.
Right.
I know what you mean, Josh, but next Friday, which will be Halloween, make sure you tell your wife that she's ruining it for you.
Oh, trust me, I've mentioned it before. And I want her to dress like Morticia Adams. This year it might happen. It's possible. No kids this year. Well, outside of trick-or-treaters.
I mean, Morticia.
I'll answer the door.
Morticia Adams was hot and everything, and we talked about the Adams family yesterday. We won't do it again. But why don't you, push that envelope a little bit? Have your wife dress up as
a naughty nurse.
Well, no.
Well, because you could be a naughty Morticia.
Well, I suppose.
I always had a thing for
I was taking it too literally, where Morticia Adams always wore long robes.
Yeah, me too.
Who's the most? I'm struggling here. Who's the most famous naked celebrity right now? You know what I'm talking about? Have your wife go as one of the Kardashians.
Sydney Sweeney.
Sure, Sydney Sweeney. Okay, so here are a couple of possible explanations as to why Halloween is so lonely for single people. They say Halloween is built around groups. There's trick-or-treating kids. Yay, there's parties. There's couples costumes, something we covered yesterday that I don't want to get into today.
Never done that.
There's families hanging out together. It does say here on the plus side, Halloween masks do hide your face, so you can really cut loose with a good cry if you have. No one's going to see that you're crying behind your Ed Gein mask.
That's disturbing.
I'm a little bummed. This will be the first year in a long time I won't be accompanying the kids trick-or-treating.
You really enjoyed that?
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
You can take me, Josh.
You do kind of look like a big baby.
You can come with us.
Are you going trick-or-treating?
Yeah, it's I wouldn't if it was just going to be me and my husband and, the infant, but I'm going with my nieces and nephews as well, and they're at such a fun age.
How old are they?
They are 6, 8, and 13, I think now, or 12, 13. Yeah, she's getting up there.
13. So I guess it can be a real struggle for the single people.
This is odd.
Come Halloween.
I hope nobody feels sad if they're single on Halloween, or really any time, but Halloween especially.
77.
Get some.
Yeah, you got to go out and get some. 77% of singles admit that they've pretended to have plans on Halloween.
Oh.
You got anything going on Halloween? Hell yes, I do. I really do.
So
First,
sad.
I'm going to Donnie's house, and
Go get your bean snapped for the married folks out there.
Bean snapped. I love that one.
Yeah, I threw that out over the weekend.
73% of the single people say that social media makes it worse, seeing everyone out having a good time. The 3 ways that these sad, lonely single people try to cure the loneliness. These are the 3 things that the sad, lonely single people do on Halloween to try and cure that lonely feeling that they have deep down inside. Number 1, they eat up all the candy.
Yep. Just binge yourself on a bunch of Snickers.
Number 2, they watch a blood-soaked, scary movie. And number 3, they masturbate until the skin breaks.
Yeah, I'd make that my number 1 and number 4.
Till the skin breaks, though. My goodness.
I'm going to, Josh, this Halloween, next Friday, I'm going to make a point of inviting 3 single friends to join us in our fun times.
That's a good idea.
It's going to be awkward.
You probably didn't think of me as the candidate to go ahead and do something like that. But
I'm
now
guessing it was your wife's idea.
No, I just came up with it on the spot.
Right now?
Yeah, she doesn't feed me all of my ideas. Some of them, yeah. I just thought of it on the spot. We're going to be hanging out on Halloween night. I've just, because of what I've just read, and I was just surprised as the rest of you to read that Halloween's a lonely holiday for single people. I'm going to make a point of calling 3 single friends and saying, why don't you come on out?
It's just you and your wife and 3 dudes.
Well, no, it's a big group.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's like a thing. We're doing a thing.
So far, is it like all couples? So then they're just going to be the 3 single guys.
I mean, whatever.
You got to find 3 girls, 3
can't-
single girls to invite too.
Oh, for crate. Now I'm making 6 phone calls?
Yup, get it done.
Dana and Ashley, did you answer the question? What would you have said? You see the headline, it's not the one you think. You probably would think Valentine's Day. People would be lonely if they're single, right?
Yeah, or Christmas.
I'd say Christmas would have been my guess for sure.
Yeah, because, I mean, Christmas is just such a big hubbub.
Yeah,
Everybody does everything for Christmas, and seeing all the pictures of family and people out.
But then you don't have
gift
to buy
shopping.
A gift. That is true. There's that.
It's all AI.
It's taking over.
All those family photos, it's all AI.
Now, people are saying, I'll try anything 4 times Jesus. You don't have to be single to masturbate until the skin breaks on Halloween. That's true. You can be in a relationship, sure.
I'll be out in a minute.
Man, in college, November 1st on Facebook, when all the Halloween costume photos got posted, that was a great day. That was a great day.
It's like, Dana, when you're just waiting to click on Walmart's website when the new Nintendo is going to be released.
Exactly.
You're just counting down the seconds.
All of a sudden, those slutty costumes start getting posted up. Oh, boy.
93X, the home of the half-assed morning show.
Yeah, we're getting ready to tap dance our way out of this disaster. We were talking about crying at work. And I'll just say this. If the moment ever comes, for me personally, where I feel the waterworks coming, I can't imagine what could ever happen here to bring me to tears, work-related. But I'm going to say this. If the moment comes, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that nobody sees me cry here at work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, if I ever saw you cry, the world would have to be ending.
Well, you'd have to watch a Rocky movie or move me. Doesn't make any sense at all.
It does move you.
You'd have to sit and watch a Rocky movie with me, Ashley, or maybe some footage of the 1980 Olympic hockey team, or maybe some old North Stars Twins. That's the stuff that gets me.
If Rick's Cabaret closed, you might shed a tear.
If the moment ever strikes me, Josh, I think I'm going to get into the 93X van and lay on my back or something, or some other hiding spot, But I understand it's not. Some folks, they're emotional people. One listener texted in to say that his work has something called a safe space room for if you want to cut loose and cry.
Oh, how many people have masturbated in that room?
Oh, jeepers. Some people cry after that.
In the safe space room, you think they're whacking off? This guy says it's for crying.
I thought this was safe. Why can't I whack off in here? You said safe.
Wait a minute. One guy's already crying in there. Another guy walks in and begins to masturbate. That throws the whole safe gimmick right out the window immediately. So I don't know, Josh, if you remember any, fun crying at work stories from back in the day.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not trying to sound cold-blooded, but I've always found it very amusing.
Yeah, as far as fun ones go, I think there's been some legitimate ones here, but certainly, and we've mentioned the story before, but a guy that we worked with 2 decades ago cried when we, I don't want to say busted him, but kind of busted him lying about getting out of work responsibilities.
Oh, God, that's the perfect answer. That was...
It was very strange.
Very bizarre. The emotions came out of nowhere.
Right, out of nowhere.
In a lot of the crying at work stories that we could tell you, There was a build-up. They were kind of known to be a little different. In this case, this was great because the emotions came out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, this guy, he was missing a lot of work, and, we just asked him about, is everything all right? And he always said he had a reason. And he's like, yeah, I got a dentist appointment. He was very hostile. I got a dentist appointment.
Yes, he was.
So we're like, it just seems kind of weird that there's always something. And he's, getting real pissed. Like, do you want me to bring in a dentist note? And I said, well, I guess, yeah, why don't you? Just bring one in. And then there's a pause, and he started bawling. And just admitted, I'm just burned out. I don't want to come in anymore, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really out of nowhere.
That was shocking.
And you see, everyone's probably been in that situation like, I backed myself in a corner. I think I screwed myself here.
You want me to bring in a note, he says? And Josh said, yeah, bring in a friggin' note. And he said, I don't have a note. I'm sorry, I'm burned out. I don't like to be here anymore. And we said, dude, if you need a couple days off, take a couple days off. We were so thrown. It just busted out of nowhere. That was... He turned out to be all right.
Oh, yeah.
He was all right.
He was out of character. He just had a bad week or so.
Oh,
He had a lot
man.
going on.
He did have a hell of a lot. Crying at work. I hope I don't get
There's been quite
there.
a few times.
Yeah. More than you would imagine.
Yeah.
More than you would imagine.
There's definitely been times where we've been either sitting at the same table or in the same room and somebody starts crying and I've looked at you guys like, what's happening here?
Yeah, I don't get it. I would like to think that adults could keep their composure a little better, but it happens. My favorites have been, and this has only happened, we've only been lucky with this 2 times, I think, where someone is cut loose with a big cry type of a scene, very emotional, and a boss walks in the room just to talk boring work stuff, and the boss kind of slowly backs his way out of
Yeah.
What
Homer Simpson in the bush.
What the hell did I just walk into? One grown man, and the boss walks in and then walks right back out.
I want no part of this.
And you kind of look at the boss as if you're saying, hey, we'll tell you all about this in a few minutes, but right now you don't want any part of this. I also got a text this morning wondering about No Nut November. Is that still a thing? We're only a week away from November. No Nut. Anyone looking to play?
No.
I know we've done it before. What's the May one? Is that masturbation month or no? I forget. There's a couple.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No Nut November. We've tried that certainly.
I think I remember something or another. Did we really go all the way through the month?
Yeah, we put a bet on it. You and I dominated. Remember, we won.
I do not. I'll have to take your word for it.
This was, 10 years ago? Maybe. Actually, you know what? Maybe more. Allie was working here. 15 years ago? I can't remember when she was
So was Movember growing a mustache? It was replaced by No Nut?
Not replaced.
Not replaced.
Yeah, they coincide.
Why don't you do a mustache again this year, Josh?
Well, now people will just think I'm with the times.
Yeah.
Because for a while, you and I had the same complaint. Like, people would do that, but they'd grow like a cool one, a handlebar or whatever. And that wasn't the gist. It
You're
had
right.
to be something that you were a little embarrassed about.
You're right. Now
that's the cool one.
Yeah, the cheesy, again, the Top Gun thing. God, I wish that movie never would have come out a few years ago because it started this stupid look at my mustache trend. If you did it now, I suppose everyone would just think you're a big Top Gun fan. So I don't know. To the listener who texted in about No Nut November, we got a week to think about it. I don't know.
651 to 715 Jesus said the mustache actually helps with No Nut November.
Yeah, dude.
Good point.
You want to win that sumbitch?
Yeah, just grow a mustache.
Grow yourself a mustache. Oh, dude, that's beautiful. All right. And by the way, a bunch of people are texting, and this always happens whenever we tell an inside story about some past drama around here. Everybody tries to text in and guess who we're talking about. None of you are correct.
No, it was way before that.
Way before.
Yeah, way before the ones you
any
texted.
of the guesses you're making. It was way before that. The dude just came uncorked over a dentist visit, and I'll cherish it for the rest of my days.
Yeah, just because how surprised, all the anger and then the crying was it's very surprising to the point where I thought, is he messing with us here? But no, that was raw emotion.
I think you jumped.
I did.
I remember you being startled by the outburst of emotion. And it was like, kind of spitting and drooling a little bit, with the tears like a little baby would.
And it was the weirdest thing. He could have just said, guys, I got to take some time off, and everybody would have been fine with it. Good times. Good times.
Awesome times.
Farmer, well, I wonder if they meant former, but it says Farmer Metro Transit driver Jesus text a happy 50th to his better half. Phil checked in on the Luther Bloomington Kia text line to wish his wife Amy a happy 3rd anniversary, and then he went
Phil?
on. Phil, yep.
Phil did.
And he went on to say, I love you very much, my little fart blossom. This text says...
ruined it. Absolutely ruined it.
That's why I saved it for the end.
Yeah.
This text says, wishing my angel Jesus a happy birthday from Gold Star CAR Jesus, and happy 49th to Too Far Apart Jesus, whose wife, dog grooming, anal gland expressing Jesus, who we saw in Wisconsin. Thank you for coming. That was awesome. Said he might get lucky tonight, and we hope that's the case. Have a great Wednesday.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.